Hey, welcome. We got a show for you here today. It's Ukraine Update. We've got Greg Terry from the Greg Terry Experience. We've got both Pete and Jana, although Pete just keeps dropping in and out right now. We're having a problem. But Project Constantine represent. We got Commander McMillan, Fallacy Dave, the smasher of all bullshit, Secular Sakai from Tridents Against Tyrants, and as soon as we can sort it out, we'll have Starsky in as well, and Rick the Ukrainian as well, but they're late because, slackers. What are you going to do, right? Let me get Pete in his little, what are we calling them here? Cubicles now. Yeah, you can see I've changed the show drastically, and it's all falling apart on me one little step at a time. So welcome to what is going to be an absolute clusterfuck. So let's turn over right to Pete, Project Constantine here. How's things going over there? I hope you didn't have too terrible a week, and I hope things are good.
Greetings, dear friends. Hi, Greg. Nice to see you.
What's up, brother?
Hi, brothers and sisters. The week has been hectic. We're all okay. It's been raining for the last couple of days where we are, which is good. Which means very little drones flying, which means little reconnaissance on behalf of the.
Oh no! His whole thing went fucking bullshitty again. This is
first it flipped him upside down.
Let me finish his thought for him then.
Yeah.
So when it's raining, it's the safest time for the FPV drones. But if it's cloudy, that's the best time. Clear days is not the best. When it's like a higher cloud or a mid-range cloud, that's when it's the most active. And then the clear skies, but on raining or snow, it's not as active. So that's what he was talking about.
Ah, okay. Okay, he's trying to join in again right now. You can see that black part. Pete, even if you don't have video turned on. Oh, actually, Pete, I forgot. Can you hear me, dude? Yeah, now send him over a message. When he rejoins, click the little gear wheel at the video selector, and he can select the thing that says smooth and something, which is a lower bit rate, and it'll get him on the show easier. I totally forgot to tell him this.
He's smooth as silk, bro.
Oh, and then because this will help him. What he needs is lower bandwidth, right? Because I've got the room to.
I think the Shills bought him a new phone a few weeks ago, and somebody has it right around the corner from me now, and we'll put it in his hand in a few days.
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait! He's back. Can you hear me, buddy? Please say yes. Yes.
Yes, I've got you. Yes. Yeah. I don't look here. I've pressed that gear wheel and I don't see. So tell me what. So a bunch of options have pulled up now.
It's not the gear wheel when you're already in the show. It's when you're joining. When you select your camera, there's a gear wheel, and you can select a lower resolution. That'll probably help.
Okay, next time your wonderful software kicks me off, I'll do that.
Don't you just love him?
If in doubt, just press the red button. Red buttons are always good. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, see, it just went all screwy again. He's fucking upside down. Like, oh no, man. It's like he's slowly going down a toilet. He's just sort of rotating,
Yeah. Well, hopefully we get Pete back here in a sec.
Yeah. So let's see here. Where the hell? I'm so confused now. I don't know what to do anymore. Who's got an idea? Jana, you got anything to say here? Save me, will you?
Wow, this is unexpected. I was counting on Pete to carry me.
You know what? It's time for the goat. Fuck it.
All right. Well,
He's back. He's back. Boss, can you hear us?
You there, Pete?
Oh,
Ground control to Major Pete.
Well, while we're still getting all that figured out for Pete, do we want to jump into news?
Can you guys
or-
hear me?
Yeah!
You
Oh,
can.
perfect.
I can't hear.
Fuck!
I thought I was gonna be smooth and cool for a minute there. I actually managed to press the smooth and cool button because I'm quite proud of myself for finding
Yeah!
it. Jana knows how the technophobe I am. I'm gonna log out again and come back again smoother and cooler.
Okay, Pete. Yeah, I'm gonna fire up a new link for him in the background that might help him even more. So secular Sakai there, Tridents against tyrants. Jesus Christ, I can't even speak now. I can't click. I can't do anything. All right, it's just.
All good.
Yeah, let's secular Sakai bring us up a little bit of news, and I'm gonna generate him a new link that might help even more here.
Okay, I will start reading out these announcements while so you're able to focus on getting all that set up. All right. All right.
If you guys can hear me, I can't hear you, but I'm just gonna sit here for a minute to see if it.
I got a new fix for you coming up.
All right. So while they're working on that, first piece of news I've got here, I don't have the.
I'm just gonna give it a minute. I can't hear you guys. Dick's gonna send me a new link. Okay, roger that, Jana.
Okay. So the first piece of news I've got here is breaking news from UN.org, news.un.org. United Nations, Peace and Security. The UN's top political affairs official on Friday briefed the Security Council and slammed ongoing Russian elections in illegally occupied areas of Ukraine. Quote, Russia's intention to conduct presidential elections from today, March 15th, until March 17th in areas of Ukraine under its control are unacceptable, said Rosemary DiCarlo, Undersecretary General for Political and Peacebuilding Affairs. Under international humanitarian law, the occupying power, in this case Russia, must uphold the laws of Ukraine and the occupied territories, she continued. Next title is Unspeakable Suffering and Destruction, noting that March 16th marks a decade since Russia's unlawful attempt to annex Crimea. Hey, welcome back. Can you hear us?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're asking Pete. My bad.
Oh. I heard Pete for a second. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Can
we hear you.
us?
Do you hear us? All right. All right.
Greg just needs to put you into a new hexagon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dick, why am I calling you Greg?
Well, we'll do a vote with the viewership. What should I be called today? I'm thinking.
Chat says,
Yeah,
Chat
clod
says
hopping,
they can't
stupid
hear Pete.
fuck. But
Is that just because he's not in his cubicle yet?
Polling coming.
Dr. Dawson's Creek.
yeah, hold on here. I'm gonna switch it up. One sec. There. Okay, now we should hear Pete proper. Pete, say something. Did you guys hear him? Say something. Say something again.
Yep.
Yeah. Come on, viewers. You got to have heard that. You've got to have heard that. Nope. Offer.
Man.
No audio on Pete yet.
Okay.
I hear you, Pete, but I don't.
We
I don't
can
think
hear
it's
you,
pushing
but
through to
chat
the
can't
screen.
hear you.
What?
Chat.
What
the
the actual?
viewers.
Yeah, hold on. We're working on it. God damn it. Why? Why? Okay, Pete, say
someone
something.
else said,
Pete, hello? God, what the fuck?
Maybe Greg can interpret.
Fucking
Yeah, so,
fuck.
software updates, man. Software updates.
Oh,
VMix.
it's just,
VMix.
yeah, I think so. I'm just, okay, just.
This is the best comedy routine we've ever had.
Oh, this is not fair. Okay, hold on.
Okay. What if? Okay, I'm trying to think of a.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm trying to think of a workaround. Like if I opened up a chat or something, and then Pete connected to that, and then I just shared the audio from that stream. I don't know. I'm trying to get creative.
Yeah, no. Don't get that creative. That ain't gonna be happening.
I'm gonna drink water. Morshinska.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
stream brought to you by Morshinska, flat water. Let's put some water down, Pete. Let's put some water down.
Why
Let's
the?
rehydrate.
How the fuck do we hear them and they don't? This is just fucking maddening.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's only Pete.
Hey
and,
Dick,
like,
let me
all
ask
the
you a question. Is there any sub mixes or audio routing you do with your setup?
No,
Maybe.
this is all done through this Video Ninja control panel, and it just simply hates Pete. I don't understand. It's like it's personal. It's like, Pete, did you fuck Video's Ninja's girlfriend or something? What's going on?
I felt like that the other day with the lower thirds, and it was just it was so small. It was like everything's ticked on except for the one switch at the very top.
Well, we got a lot of ticked off on this one, so I just
Hi guys.
All right, Pete, are you in?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Let's just wait. If chat can hear you?
Okay.
Yeah, chat can hear you. You're good.
Thank fucking God. Okay.
That's good.
All right. So
Go for a workaround.
Pete, talk really fast and say something before it fucks up
Okay,
again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You
No, say something useful, actually. About the drones, you were talking about how you guys went out last night
Yes. Okay.
to go and check.
Drone. They are considering how hard Ukrainians are fighting. There are bombs and missiles and drones attacks happening everywhere all the time. Not every. I've responded when I've been based in Konstantinivka and outside Bakhmut and Chasiv in the past. I've literally been the only person going out.
Sorry, Dick, can you turn up Pete? Chat can't hear him.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Trying. Here we go. Let me see here.
Yeah, we're here, you bud.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks. So can I continue? Shall I continue?
Yes.
The emergency services will only respond if they know that something's happened, if somebody calls them. And I went out with this 20-year-old soldier last night and I said, do you want to come out with me every time a bomb falls? I said, we might not sleep. He said, it's fine. I said, do you realize that wherever that bomb has fallen, it could be on a bunker, it could be on a drone operator sitting on the side of the road, it could be an electrical substation, it could be a house. Somebody could be bleeding out and nobody's coming to that person's aid. And that's when, a short while after that, this was just before Dick, you made your comment about the drone with the thermal imager.
Yes.
And I said to this guy, I said, do you know what? We're sitting here, the rain's falling, we've got no idea where this impact came from. We've got an idea which direction. If we could park the car, rip the box out of the boot, pop a drone 100 meters into the air. These drones, the technology that Ukrainians got is amazing. It will talk to the digital map we've got on the laptop, on the tablet, and it can literally plot, and we can see the thermal image of where the attack would be. So it would be a game changer, Dick, and it's something I've fantasized about since I've lived in Konstantinivka over a year ago. And I was
funny. I fantasize about you now, but okay. But so Eric, fellow babies, let's get this fucking thing started. We're fundraising for a drone for the heroes that saved the heroes. So let's get this shit started right now. Right now.
Thank you. Okay,
yeah.
Let's go. Wow, amazing. Thank you.
It would be so
Guys,
great.
you know-
Like I saw the footage here. We'll play the video in a minute, but they're out. It's stupid dark and whatnot. And without thermal imaging to see the hot spots and what's going on, they have no chance of getting there in time to save people. They have no chance.
Yeah.
Right? We have to do this.
There aren't enough people out here who are equipped with vehicles, with medical experience, and lo and behold, a drone. I've responded to countless attacks in the local civilian area, and oftentimes I've been the first on the scene because the emergency services will respond, but they've been called or unless they happen upon the scene. Me on the other hand, I'm just wired like that. I cannot sit still. Thank God for my ADHD. As soon as there's something close enough, I'm in my car and I'm out hunting because. There's no, yes, it's dangerous. Yes, it's boring. Yes, it's repetitive when you go out and you don't find something. But man, trust me on this, guys. Anybody who's ever been a medic or been involved in life saving, there's no greater reward than going out there and finding somebody who's stuck under the rubble, and you're able to give him life saving help. If that drone helps me save one person's leg, from you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I do.
Would help save the person. And this would be, and nobody's employing this kind of tactic out here. Everybody waits for local information. I've seen the emergency services driving around saying, where did that explosion come from? Which direction? And people are meeting on street corners and they're pointing this way. They're looking at smoke trails. They're standing on buildings, on climbing fire escape ladders, trying to plot the location of the impact.
Yeah.
You pop that drone into there. There's the heat signature. Boom.
Exactly.
That signal comes to your map, and bang, we drive there within 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Bang, we're there.
Yeah. So let's do it.
My goodness, my gracious. Thank you. I would love this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And we also have to finish fundraising as well for the DJ microphones, because it's not only the work you do as an on-site medic saving lives, but it's also spreading the message, right? So we have to make sure that your communication is up on par as well.
Oh yeah,
Thank you. I forgot all about those mics. Yep.
Yeah.
Dick.
Thank you, guys. Those mics would be very welcome.
Greg.
Dick.
And appreciate.
Why are you fundraising for something that's already bought?
Oh, well, I haven't, but I haven't.
You know, I know Canada's, I mean, what planet you on, bro? When we make a deal, it's done.
But I haven't given you the cash yet.
You in the big leagues now, son. When I said the phone's going there, the mic's going there, it's done.
Greg, he wants to give you loonies and toonies. You can't say no to him, man.
Well, I'll take the loonies and toonies, but put them to the armored vehicle project. The microphone's done.
Okay. So now it's all about armored vehicle and drone then. So Greg knows I'm good for the money, so we're okay.
I'm not giving Pete a phone without a microphone.
I love it.
I'm gonna put a good filter on it too to make it look pretty. So we got it.
So now, anybody in the chat asking, how do I donate to this drone? Please. I mean, super chats are cool. We love super chats. Don't get us wrong. But please use the direct donation links that we have. You'll see it's the pinned message in the top of the live chat, #BoomBoomFund. You send that directly through PayPal, and we only lose like 6%, not 30% to Google, and then again, more percent to AdSense when they pay us out at the end of the month. Direct donations, that is the way to help. That is the true way to help. No offense to anybody super chatting. I don't mean it that way, right? Super chats are awesome. We love it. YouTube loves it, and it makes us look good. But direct donations, we can give it to them right away. Sometimes super chats, it's 6 weeks before I can give them the fucking money. Right? Yeah. Jesus Christ, I'm hyped today. This whole screw up of the stream thing has got me all frazzled and whatnot. So I better shout. You know what? I better do some shout outs. That's what I'll fucking do.
I have a question about Pete's hexagon.
Where is it gone?
Well, where is Pete gone?
Yeah. Well, Pete seems to be in an off-camera mode at the moment, but as long as we can hear him, right? That'll be good enough. And he's gone. There it goes. Okay. Okay. So, I hate this service we're using right now, and I will spend some money during the week and we'll have something different for the next week's show because literally I'm going to take my own life if this keeps going up.
Oh, don't literally do that.
Well, I'll smoke myself to death. How about that, right? So let's get some things in. Let's get some shout outs in. So we got Spider Fate Fella, $15 shout for the Boom Boom Fund there. That goes right over to the Project Constantine Fund. We got Linda H for $25 into the pile for the Boom Boom Fund. That goes right over to the scene as well. We got Silver Earth coming in with a super chat for $50 with some cat dude doing like here. I'll see if I can get the fireworks to trigger. Yeah, it looks about like that. Big shout there, Silver Earth. Thank you. We got Mark Schneider in with Wrecked. Oh yeah, the hippo dude falling over. That's me, brother, right now. That's me, Mark. Very much so. We got Yvonne Way, the queen of the super sticker, in with the thank you, little doggy doing his thingy. And we got Locomotive. I love that username with a €20 super chat as well. And the little hippos doing victory dance. So thanks, everybody. Shoutouts happening. And let me double check as we're yelling at people about donations and stuff. Yeah, here's another one. We got Holly Oblation. Is that how I say it? Holly Oblation?
Holy Oblation.
Holy Oblation.
Holy. Oh, right. It is an O. I really need to get glasses. 20.
They started fundraising for glasses for this.
Yeah. I really need to get tested. It's bad. I'm in my 50s now, and I'm still pretending I'm like 25. So, we got a $25 donation in there, and there's let's see here, donation for the drone from Lagitus Kurikasin. Jesus. I love the name, but I just wish I could actually pronounce it. And that was $141 into the fund. Holy shit.
Wow.
And
thank you.
right, and then we got a $20 tip from Anonymous. Now, this stupid service is doing this thing where they're anonymous, and I'm not sure they're supposed to be. So here, we got $20 anonymous tip. We got Georgie LaForge, Geordie LaForge's brother that doesn't wear the visor. For my hero, Pete, much love to you all. We got Ronnie Frankenstein. I like that. Let's let the orcs bleed out a bit. That was a $20 direct one. And then we had a $4.20 donation in, my favorite. And that was a anonymous one as well. If you didn't hear your name called, you might have got lost in that anonymous stuff. And if that's the case, just give me a tag, Dr. Dawson, in the live chat, and we'll get you shouted out. And we've got Elvin Archer for Pete and the Boom Boom Fun. Slava Ukraine, Heroam Slava. Oh, I love it. So, yeah, the fund is growing big. All of you watching this show are far better than me trying to host it because you're actually doing something. I'm just a loudmouth idiot. So, let's... Pete's back. Lord Thunder and Jesus, boys, he's back. Hey, buddy, it seems like we're doing pretty good already here. Make a
heart out of my shotgun belt.
Yeah. Here. Yeah. Show everybody here. Let me highlight you. There we go.
Guys, this is what I wear to work these days, amongst my medical equipment. And it's because the drones are so plentiful. We've got somebody donated us a shotgun the other day. Well, the army gave us a shotgun. And this is literally, I was saying to Dick earlier, it feels like we're going back into the Dark Ages because there's just, the Russians are pumping out something like 200 or 300 pilots a day or a week or something, drone pilots. And the skies are littered with enemy drones. So I hope my days of clay pigeon shooting will help me remember how to shoot down things flying. But yeah, this is literally this is how bad it is where we are on the front right now.
That's
Pete, when I get there, just give me the stinking shotgun and get out of the way.
Roger that, boss. I need it because I've got my hands full. I've been needing
Blues
a pair
Clues.
of hands. Dick, Greg, I was hoping you would volunteer. Thank you.
The,
You're in, buddy. You're in.
the redneck can shoot some ducks. Let's go, brother.
Roger that, man. Well, I've got an 8-shot semi-automatic with full choke,
Let's go.
and you can set whichever choke you want. Let's go.
Oh, shoot. Did we lose Pete?
For the love of God, you got to be kidding me. Come on.
Well, all right. Well, we're waiting for Pete to reconnect.
Well, the other thing is, you guys, you have to remember he is in.
Yeah.
I know exactly where he's at, so he can be coming in and going. It could not be your software completely, Dick. It could also be his connection there.
Yeah. Even still, I'm just there's a little bit frustrated. There's frustrated, and then there's like a 7-story house of frustrated, and that's me right now. So, we'll get through it.
Yeah. Well, we're waiting.
Hey,
for
we're
Pete.
making a difference, Dickie Dawson. We're making a difference. People are getting a smile on their face, and we're helping some projects.
You got it,
brother.
Absolutely.
You got it.
Absolutely.
Oh, and just a reminder for everybody, he can call me Dickie Dawson, but you fuckers can't. So just, don't do that.
Yeah, it flows out of me, and I just love it. And I do appreciate you giving me the permission to call you Dickie Dawson.
I laughed my head off the first time you did it. I was like, that's a first.
Well, that's where I kind of come from. So everybody has a name. So
yeah.
I'm going to start calling
yours
you.
just flows.
I'm going to start calling you Richard, son of Daw.
That's funny.
Richard Cranium.
Oh, and also, we got Pete back, or at least I see him. Oh, no, he's gone.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
well, I was wanting Pete to be here,
Sorry.
but real quick, Jana, the last time we did a stream, I don't know, something was up with my bank, I guess, but I promised to donate 100 pounds to you guys.
Oh, yeah?
And so I've gone ahead and done that right now. And
Thank you.
yeah, so anyone who wants to join, donate here on the Shills.
I literally just spoke to Helena.
Uh-huh.
I went, checked our PayPal balance. I'm not even kidding, guys. Our PayPal balance at the moment is, I don't think you can. What the
Probably
hell?
not.
Hold on.
Is blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just need a pen and paper.
yeah.
But it is it's 51 pounds and 51 pounds and 98 cents.
Not
That's
for
our
long.
PayPal balance.
Yeah, not for long.
That's our PayPal balance at the moment.
We've had a host of very expensive vehicle repairs, suspensions, transmissions, cylinder head gaskets. And they suck the money. It's terrible, but as I keep telling you guys, vehicles are our weapons. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jana.
So that was a flurry of donations there. Loving it, fellow babies. Loving it. Let's keep them going. Let's keep them going. Let's get some good work done here. I heard from Starsky. He will be along in a bit, but he's running late. He's moving to a new cardboard box. Germany's a strange place to be. So I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Well,
and we will see Rick soon as well here. So yeah. I got nothing now. So if anybody wants to talk, I'll shut up.
I still have news updates if we want to go over those.
Well, take advantage of Pete while we definitely got him.
Yes.
That too. Yeah. Pete, do you have any important updates for us while you're here with us?
Yeah. Gosh, let me rack my brain very quickly. Firstly, just before I joined the stream, I sent Rick. I needed something. I needed a bit of power. I needed to be inspired by something. I needed something.
Oh, for God's sakes! I'm
We
just
lost-
so over this.
We lost you, Pete.
Oh my dear God! Okay, here I'll turn down the bit rate to the room even more.
If I were on the ship, if I were still on the ship, I'd say that's being jammed. No, I'm serious.
well,
That's what jamming sounds like.
Commander McMillan, you're spot on. So, Dick, don't frustrate it, dude. I'm telling you, I know exactly where Pete's at. It's not easy for him to connect.
Yep.
Yeah, that sucks.
Starlink, no Starlink, doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, his Starlink is down right now, so he's on Wi-Fi or cellulars right now, right?
Then it's going to be even more difficult. Yeah. So it's not you. It's where he's at.
It's frustrating still.
Yes, it is frustrating. Yeah, but I don't want you to,
Yeah.
What did you say earlier? You're going to go and do something crazy? I don't want you. No, everything's good, brother.
Yeah.
It's definitely his location.
Yeah. No, I am overselling it, but I do like things to go smooth. I put effort into the OBS build and all this stuff, and when that happens, I'm just like,
we'll roll.
Yeah,
with
typically,
we'll get the fix.
Typically, when we're rolling the frontline areas, I get jammed out completely, and GPS goes completely bonkers. My phone or other communication devices will tell me I'm in Russia now, and I'm not even close to Russia, and I'm serious.
Yeah,
I'm dead serious. Yeah. So it's a lot of EW there.
Sorry,
that's EW.
I congratulate you. I've been watching some of your.
Wait.
Hold on.
Hello, you guys with me?
Pete, stop.
Yes.
Dick, do you think?
I think I got him.
Hold on. Do you think that if
1 second.
Pete?
Hi guys, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah. There we go.
Now I can.
Do you think we might have a chance of Pete sticking with us a little longer if he's just doing audio without the video?
It could be, but I'm also going to try not putting him in his little hexagon right now because that might help as well.
Okay.
Nobody puts baby in a box. Sorry,
that's funny. Wasn't that movie where he was a bar fighter and throwing people out of the club all the time?
That's Dirty Dancing.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Yeah. That was okay. So so far we've got you still. So this is good. I need a refreshing drink, so I'll be 1 second and let Pete say something just so they know you're actually here.
I want to say to Greg is moving when Greg's not on camera and doing amazing things, he's also doing things behind the scenes, and he's been helping us monumentally. Greg, thank you. I will hug you extra tight when I see you. And you and Jana have been doing so many miles and so many vehicle repairs, and my hat's off to you every time, brother. And this brings me to a little message I saw just before I joined the stream tonight, and I actually sent it to Dick and Partisans, our little chat group, which is our children will benefit from people like, when we stand up and be counted, and when we break the mold that society would rather have us in, our children will benefit, and our children's children will benefit. So let's stand up, let's unite, and let's be counted, guys and girls, and let us count for something and stand up for something. And I'm absolutely, again, thrilled to know you and to be in this beautiful fight and team effort with all of you. My God, it's the most thrilling thing I've ever been part of. Helping Ukraine, and now meeting you effing legends, all of you.
You are the legend. You're the one there. We're just trying to help. Let's do a few shout outs quick here. We've got an anonymous in for 420, the Tone Ottenson. Boom! Against bombs for paid, of course. We've got Evan, No Limits, the No Limits emails team. I think that's what it is there. Thank you for all the work you do for Ukraine and freedom. Slava Ukraine. Slava. We've got Alan. Yeah, we've got Alan in for $6.66. We've got BHN for the thermal drone on a 40 spot. And then we got Harry O dropping in 20 as well. Slava Ukraine. Here I am, Slava. All right. Let me switch over to the email thing. Oh, okay. Yeah. So there's some more things to catch up on PayPal as well. Lynn's definition. I think I actually did it this time, Lynn. Drone fund, $50. Boom. And we've also got Michelle Ferguson in for Pete. And that's a $35 shout as well. And I
Thank you,
do
Michelle.
believe, yes, right? So you guys are awesome. Every time we turn to the fellow babies watching the show and we just ask for a little help on something that actually makes a fucking difference, we get a lot of help. We love you guys.
And you
It's
guys-
amazing.
And all of those beautiful people donating, please make sure you get a lot of sleep because you deserve it. We're all in this thing together. I will say it. You guys will get bored of me saying this. We're out here on the front, but we're only able to be here because of you beautiful individuals. Every penny, every cent that you donate means we get to do our jobs, man.
Yep.
And you guys are part of this wonderful struggle. Thank you. You guys are all standing up and you're all being counted. And God sees and we feel everything you're doing. And those boys that we rescue, they know. They know. And when they see this little badge, when they hear my English tongue, they know it's the West is here. People give a shit and they don't feel abandoned. Each and every single one of you out there on the stream right now and all of your friends donating. Keep it up, man. You guys are awesome. You're the best of humanity. You are the best that humanity has to offer. And
he's the biggest, cuddliest teddy bear you ever wanted to love, isn't he, fellow babies?
Well, and also, with regards to Project Constantine, everybody, they're very close now. Only 140 subscribers away from 1,000, which is a good goal to get to. And
what?
I'm gonna get them monetized. So if you haven't already, go subscribe to Project Constantine.
And when you subscribe,
6 subscribers the other day.
it's awesome.
Nuts.
So remember now, when you go to their channel and subscribe, what we want you to do is pull up their video list, turn on autoplay, and let it run because they also need 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. So we've got to get the watch hours up. So put it on full autoplay and just let that shit play. Get them the hours.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I'm being really bossy today. Please, please.
It's sexy when you're
It's the only control you have over your environment.
Yeah, but normally I'm a parent, so I have none. So this is the only time I get to feel that way, right?
Right. Well, also, with regards to Project Constantine, one thing we could do, which we can figure out, is a multi-stream that also goes to their channel, because that way they'd get views for anyone watching a stream that is also going to them. So that's an idea we could explore possibly.
That's a good idea. What do you think, Pete? Well, next week we'll stream over to Project Constantine live at the same time. Right? It'll come from our show directly to your channel as well. I have a cool thing in OBS. I can just put in your stream key and send the show over.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
That's cool.
You don't have to do a damn thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that reminds me though, because I think there's a few. When you first create a channel, there's a few things you got to do to have it authorized to do live streams, I believe. Are you guys able to do live streams from your channel right now?
Oh, they're ahead enough. No problem. No.
Well, it tells I have the option to go live.
You can't live. They can live stream. They just can't live stream from mobile. That's
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, we'll be good. No problem. And my system can, except for the fucking voice chat thingy. But, fix that. Okay, calm. I'm in a happy place.
Just think of sunshines and rainbows and Bob Rostick.
Yeah, it's all about My Little Pony. I'll just find your inner brony here. All right. Yeah.
Please don't ever repeat that again.
So a couple of shout outs here. Ratiza Nat C for the Boom Boom Fund. Love from Malaysia to Ukraine. Oh, I love it very much. That was a 25 shout as well. Wait a minute. There's some missing. That's not all of them. I did that one. Oh, for the love of somebody who, knows better than I do. There was a $15 one in there, but I'm sure I'm going to dox somebody, so I'm not going to read it from there. I'll go to the other panel. Tyler D in the chat there threw in 32 for the Boom Boom Fund. And then if I come over here, I got to figure out where I was so I know where to start. We've got Alan is in for $6.66. Mr. Nobody comes in with a 50 spot. Send this money where your heart guides you. It's guiding me right to Jana's pocket so she can hook Pete up. And Michelle Deekerby in the chat there. Get Pete and PK that drone. Yes, Michelle, we're on it. We're on it. We've also got Ko-Fi has been going crazy, that coffee place, you know, but it's not giving me names. It's just saying you have 10 alerts, blah, blah. So give me a second. I'll open up that app as well, and I'll get those shout outs done. We'll try to get ourselves caught up 100%. I love how the super chat stopped and all the direct donations started. You cats actually listen. It's crazy. Like, what if I said, okay, put your fucking underwear on your heads? You know, is that going to work?
Don't test people, Dick. We greatly appreciate every donation, everybody. Thank you.
We love it. We love it. This is amazing. It's very heartwarming to see when Pete and Jana are here and we're talking about Project Constantine and stuff, that the money bags just open and flow. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You know, here. Oh yeah.
Galina's as well. She's just she's watching. She's the silent partner tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, Galina's on. What do you call it? She's not on the camera. She's what do you
in
call
chat.
It? She's commenting
In chat, yeah.
She's in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Helena.
Welcome to the show, but not the show, but the show.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, all right. So it seems like we got Pete, and he's his connection is staying strong now.
This is amazing.
So, we've done super chats.
We got one super chat here from Sprinkles DMC. Aussie $40 shout as well. That buys like 1,000 beer in Canada. For you, Mr. Dawson. Code it. Done. Thank you. You gotta be fast on the buttons to keep up with me, fellow babies.
All right, so I'm cautiously going to ask: are we covering news or?
I mean,
what do you think? This is a professional outfit. No, yeah, go on. Might as well do something.
Yeah,
all right.
Rick the Ukrainian's watching, and he's thinking to himself right now, you know, I think I could skip this one.
Nah, man, never. The Shills is like, it's like the soul of a lot of our communities coming together.
Speaking of which, we got to give a big shout out to both Professor Gerdes and Andrew Mercado, Mercado Media Merc there. Over the last couple of days, there's been a lot of positive things said by the two of them about the Shills here and what we do and whatnot. So we got to give a big heartfelt thanks to both Professor Gerdes and Mercado. Thank you very much for that, guys. There's been subs coming in and everything. You know, we really appreciate that.
Dick, listen. Mercado's was good, but I actually paid Gertis to say something nice. So
wait, how much? We can get paid?
Not enough.
Andrew did it of his own, you know, out of his own heart.
No, actually, I hooked him up. Andrew didn't. I hooked him up with a bag of grass.
I said, Gertis, you need to say something nice about Dick. He goes, how much money you got, Greg? I said,
man.
We paid him off pretty good.
Yeah. Needless to say, he's driving a lovely Mercedes now. So, you know.
All right. So, piece of news I've got here is from pravda.com.ua. Almost 8,000 civilian cars left Belgorod and Kursk Oblast overnight, Russian volunteer soldiers say. For anyone unfamiliar who maybe hasn't seen it in the news, there's currently some, I guess you could say, probing, or there's some operations occurring in the Belgorod region of Russia. by Russian soldiers who fight for Ukraine against Vladimir Putin. And let's take a listen. So, the Freedom of Russia Legion has stated that residents of Russia's Belgorod and Kursk Oblast, in which it is currently conducting combat operations, have begun to evacuate from dangerous areas, with a total of 7,600 vehicles leaving these regions overnight. Since the announcement of the humanitarian corridor for the evacuation of civilians from Russia's Belgorod and Kursk Oblasts, as of 7 o'clock Moscow time, more than 7,000 civilian cars belonging to residents of Belgorod city and the oblast as a whole have used it. Also, more than 600 additional civilian vehicles evacuated the city of Kursk via the corridor. Information provided by local residents, law enforcement, and security officials who oppose the Putin regime, according to Pravda.com. .ua. So let me ask, because there's been a couple of different articles, a bit of a buzz going around about this. Greg, Pete, what are your guys' thoughts of the current operations happening there?
Before you get there, I'd like to ask one question. Is the corridor for evacuation into Russia or back into Ukraine?
The corridor for evacuation is in the Belgorod region, so
yeah, but which way is it going?
Well, let me see. My assumption would be into Russia, but I don't.
That's what I would have thought too, but the way some of what was in the article sounded suspiciously vague.
Gotcha. Well, let's see here. Earlier, Russian volunteer soldiers who decided... All right, let's see. To this end, for soldiers who decided to fight on Russian territory, called on residents of Kursk and Belgorod Oblast to urgently evacuate due to a special military operation on the territory of the aforementioned oblast. To this end, they announced that a humanitarian corridor for the evacuation of the population would be open from 2100 on March 14th to 7 o'clock on March 15th. After the expiration of the humanitarian corridor, the destruction of military facilities in Belgorod and Kursk Oblast will continue until the region is completely liberated from the Putin regime's troops, the volunteer soldiers stated. And I'm scanning, and
I think we can safely conclude that this is a corridor for Russian citizens to evacuate this area and go deeper into Russia. That's right. What it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like. Well, I mean, yeah, because I mean, yeah, and I know that obviously,
in the Free Russia folks and the Ukrainians won't show the evacuation route.
Right, but also having a large number of Russian citizens who are not Ukrainian in terms of language or ethnicity or any other ties flow in to Ukraine might become a messy situation pretty fast. So that makes sense. Yeah. But anyway, so with this situation happening, I know that there were some operations a few months back last year. And it was really just for a few days or a few weeks, holding certain positions. I guess you could say testing the Russian military to see how much could be done with the resources that these volunteers have against Putin. But it seems like they're trying to up their support and their game enough to where they could actually hold something for multiple weeks or months on end. Do either of you, does anyone think that there's a possibility of that happening, or is this more just taking the attention of the Russian military away from other regions inside of Ukraine?
My sense, and admittedly, I'm not on the scene, but my sense is this is a raid. They're going to go in and do what they did last time, which is occupy some areas. It's a PR, I won't call it a stunt, but it's a PR primarily move to show the weakness of the regime. The difference is that from some of the reports I've read, the first time they went in, they met essentially no opposition, just local police or something. This time there were actually Russian troops, and they seem to have decided to accompany the civilians into the rear.
Yeah. Well, it's not in this article. Oh, go ahead.
Here, I can update you. You want to be updated?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so first of all, if they do evacuate, which is not really happening, to be quite honest with you, it would go into Russia, of course, not into Ukraine. But secondly, some of the incursions that were made, guys, they did get onto Russian sovereign territory. But when they were reporting that they had taken villages, that was the propaganda to stir up the fear in Russia. They actually never took a village. They went onto the edges of the villages, and then they got hit pretty hard. You know, just think about this logically, Commander McMillan. First of all, we're 3 battalions, and we're going to tell you that we're going to take over the Kursk and the Belgorod Oblast, and we're going to attack between these 2 days, and we're providing a humanitarian corridor for you. Guys, first of all, there are 40,000 troops up on all of those lines, and yes, they did cross into Belgorod. There were some people moving around. There were vehicles going out. But Commander McMillan, you're spot on. It's more of a statement that can be made as to what we want to do, what we can do. But right now, guys, we're trying to hold the lines. So this actually helps take a little bit of the attention away. So yes, were some of these Freedom Battalions, whether it be the Siberian Battalion or the Freedom Russia Battalion, across the border? Yes. I mean, if you want to know the truth, 6 weeks ago, I crossed the border.
What?
I put my foot across the line. Just for fun.
Russia.
I put my foot across the line just for fun.
I'm lucky it didn't rot off.
So my point being is there's tactical things here, and it's really good. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong. But remember, this is a propaganda war. This is a truth war, and we like to. That's why, you know, I see Merkin here chatting, man. We pop truth. And the truth is, yes, there were incursions. The truth is, yes, they pushed into the edge of some of these villages that are just a couple of kilometers or a couple of clicks across the border itself, where Russia had less defenses set up. And listen, these are massive borders, you realize. So there's plenty of access points. But the reality is, overall, it's good. It's good that these statements were made, and yes, they went into Russian territory. Do I think that it's going to be, something that's long-standing and long-term? No. And Commander McMillan, you were spot on when you said this is very similar to what happened 12, 14 months ago. So it has a purpose to it, and it's good, but at the same time, while that is happening, everything is working to draw attention away from other places so Ukraine can do other things. It's all working together, so everything has its purpose. But guys, don't expect that these battalion, they're not taking Belgorod and Kursk. Okay, it's not happening.
I saw some idiot posting, "Oh, they're going to drive on Moscow next." I said, "Are you?"
Well, that's what they do. And that's what they do, Commander McMillan. And then what happens is what is meant for good is really turned for evil, because then the Russia propaganda machine cranks up and starts to utilize that information. So, listen, it's logical. Yeah. Like, Pete wasn't here. If he's in here right now, we're not telling you where Pete's at. Right. I know exactly where he's at, but I'm not telling you, and not going to tell. Okay, well, we're coming through this checkpoint, and you have this time to leave. Okay, you know what? It's not NATO coming across the border. It's a few battalions that are doing great. Yeah. So it has its purpose, and it's good. It's really good.
We've got a shout out before I get to the mall. I want to get to Andrew Mercado Media there. Merc's in the chat right now. He throws in $100 super chat, and he says, "This is the best of the pro-Ukraine YouTube community."
Awesome.
It is now that he's in here chatting with us.
I was just saying, Merc, DM me on Discord, dude. I'll give you the link. Come and say hi to the fellow babies and everybody, Oh, yeah. That'd be great. If you got time, that is. No pressure or anything. Do it now. No pressure. It's all right.
So I'd like to use something that Greg just mentioned and ask about it if he's heard any more details. The question of NATO troops, not NATO itself, but member states from NATO, actually sending troops into Ukraine, not for combat operations, but for support operations. Have you heard anything more on where that stands?
Are you directing that question to me?
Yeah.
There are NATO member nations troops in here, not for combat operations right now, but are helping in certain situations already.
Yeah. Okay, because I think France and there was one other country, one of the Baltic states had said
it's also been very, very public, even with some UK guys that have been here during, certain things that they need to help with on the backside. So no, not on the front line. A lot of International Legion, in fact, will be with, and I know it's not NATO or to your question, but there is some really, really good International Legion guys from all over the world. We're helping them. And it's not representing the nation itself. They signed up of their own free will for the International Legion, but they are in battle on the front lines, and we support those guys. We built some relationship with them over 2 weeks ago, and Americans, British, German, Australian, Italian, Colombian. I mean, many nations represented. So there are some, but for the NATO stuff, not the boots on the ground, but there are nations doing certain things to help. Some of these things are hard to program and that are being used. There's the missile here from Great Britain. There's certain things that have to, yes, the Storm Shadow, and it has to be properly programmed. The Ukrainians are doing it, but they had some help to get it going. So those are the things where nations are helping already, and that's good. They're really good, to be honest.
Ukraine already has an amazing track record for high-end technology, software, and programming and stuff. I mean, you look through the retro computer community, and so many cool devices that help you make your old Commodore 64 work in the modern world are actually designed and whatnot in Ukraine. They've got they've got a tradition that goes back to the first days of the computing era, and they've kept it up ever since, right? They're right on top of it. Amazing.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm gonna, I'm here, and I know Galina's in the chat, a member of Project Constantine, and I know Pete is or was in here. I'm just gonna tell you guys.
He's back.
Pete can witness to this. The Ukrainians are amazing in technology, like
genius,
stupid, and I mean that positively.
Yeah,
just unbelievable what they can do with the tools they have. Yeah,
I agree, man. I totally agree. Mercado says he can join us in a few, so you will see him coming up, fellow babies. Sorry, Greg, go ahead.
No, if they were equipped even halfway, let's forget full way. Let's just say halfway. Avdiivka would still be under Ukrainian control. They wouldn't be struggling right now down in Robitny the way they are. It would be a completely different world, because it's just amazing what Ukrainians can do. It's unbelievable.
That was the Malamutes over at Commander McMillan's place there, Pete.
There's somebody on the driveway. There's somebody on the driveway.
They have to be on the show. They know what's going on, and they do this on purpose, right? They just do. But yeah, sorry.
Sorry. To close out what you were saying, Greg.
I'm just reiterating what Commander was saying, and
Greg,
they're amazing.
I would like you to continue on right now, because I refer to your viewers as the Greg Terry Terriers now, right? That's my kind of,
Yeah.
Man, you already gave Rick rollers. Are you just gonna get? Man, you're gonna end up giving all of us new names.
It's what I do, right? It's what I do. And Professor Gerdes, his viewers are now the Ivy League, right? Because professor, right?
Ooh,
But you guys got a whole thing going on, a new fundraiser, a new promote, yes. So why don't you bring it to the fellow babies? But first, let me reiterate. I'm loving the action here. We're doing some real good to help Project Constantine do some real good. So keep it up, everybody. We love you for this. The stream elements and the direct donations are flying. We got some more super chats to shout out and everything. So I'm going to save a little bit more and do a very big list. So Greg, tell us what all the amazing stuff that you got planned, because you got a big thing. This is good, right?
We're going big or going home. The number one need on the front line is armored vehicles. Yay or nay, Pete?
Yay, yay, yay.
Yay. Got a double yay out of Pete.
Thank you.
If we had one of these armored vehicles already to Pete's unit, or a couple, then we wouldn't have lost 4 medics the other night. Period. So, when we run the front lines, we've moved from, tourniquets, of which we can now resource through Ukraine, and then tactical medical supplies, which we're still rolling, and you'll be seeing more of that over the next 2 weeks. We're just starting our next massive aid drop. Tonight I actually had Pavel Ivanovich. You guys go watch that. It's incredible. Listen to this guy. Good grief.
Old school mofo from hell. That guy's tough, right?
He was in Stalin's army, yes. So now what we're learning is, we need to help these guys with armored vehicles. And we've found it, and we're working with Pete's Project Constantine. Pete, one of the guys in his unit, knows the owner of the company in the UK we're working with.
Thanks,
we had
Pete.
we had some large donors kick in to get started.
Amazing.
And so we're looking at a $200,000 project that we're going to do in 1 month.
Wow.
And I completely believe that. And I've been rolling all day, and you guys already know where I'm at tonight. I'm in Kyiv, and that's where we did our, I was with Rick today. You'll see a video about that in a little bit.
That's the next announcement. Yes.
I was with Rick today, and then did a live interview with a 93-year-old former Stalin soldier who actually in World War II, the German soldiers were coming to his house, all the Nazi insignia, and it's making his mother cook them food. And then she had to taste test it first. I mean, incredible stuff, guys. You're not going to get anywhere else. So when we do all of this, we learn, we need metal detectors. And then, of course, always drones are so important. But what we really started to learn is that armored vehicles for wounded soldier extraction is key, because we're losing soldiers that we should not be losing because we do not have armored vehicles. Now, when Pete tells you, like, okay, I need to get to this wounded guy, but I can't get to him, so I've got to wait till tomorrow. That happens all the time because of so much drone activity. But you guys know what's happening in the south, across the river on the left bank there in Krinky. So those guys, which we support those guys immensely, they rotate in and out every 5 days. I want you to think about that for a moment. Let's say they go to their position, they get across the river safely, they get into their positions, basically surrounded by Russians in Krinky, and somebody gets wounded the first hour they're there. They now have to survive in that hole for 5 days because the boat's not coming back for 5 days.
Wow.
So this is the reality of what Ukrainians are dealing with, and we're losing a lot of soldiers that we shouldn't. So armored vehicles for this project is about saving lives. And yo, Pete.
Oh no, that was me. It's that guy.
Okay, yeah, about saving lives. So we've initiated a project. We had some large donors that contacted Dr. Gerdes, contacted myself, contacted our nonprofit in the U.S., and they kicked off the project with $80,000 to seed it. Now, I did not get a number yet today because My PK is traveling today from Texas back to Pennsylvania, but just in these few days, we're already over $110,000 for the project, and I know it's even more than that right now.
Wow.
So we're rolling. So what's going to happen is I'm doing this full run, and I'll be there with Pete in a few days, and we're running the entire front line, and that's everything. Take us about 2 weeks, and then I will head home because I'll have been 90 days in the country, and I've got to leave the country. But I'm just going home. I haven't seen my wife and my kids since Christmas, basically, and spend a little time with them while we procure the vehicles. We're working with an export company. I mean, we've got it calculated, guys, down to the fuel to get them to the front lines. These armored vehicles, these snatches are going to be further equipped with the latest in night vision that we actually install inside Ukraine, but it's budgeted because the technology changes with different things. These Ukrainians are always adjusting, literally every week, every 2 weeks. Anti-drones, the same story. Double-sided winches on the front and on the back. Run flat tires, and we're going to get these to these guys. So our goal right now is 3, although we've had some other challenges come in, and we may push it to 5, but for sure to get started, it's going to be 3. And once the 50% is raised, which it already has, so I can tell you that I'm assuming on Monday, our office will be putting $100,000 deposit down on these snatches. And I'm just telling you, we would have never went public with this project if it wasn't going to happen. So like this is an addition. Like Merck, he does all those NAFO trucks in the 69th Sniffing Brigade. That is an incredible, like, I love it.
He's a monster on that, man.
I've been there. I've seen the NAFO trucks. It is super legit. So the beauty is
those guys. I keep referring to those guys as the 5th emergency service. You've got police, fire, ambulance, armed forces, and then you've got NAFO. You guys
exactly.
Andrew and NAFO. You guys are stratospheric, man.
And what Ukraine needs is, and Pete knows it, Merck knows it, we need this multiple layer of these groups working together for these projects. So like the armored vehicles we're getting are the exact ones they've requested. And you know, people come into chats and goes, well, you need to get this, you need to get that, you need to get this. We appreciate that deeply. But not me. The guys on the front know exactly what they need because, guys, they're not riding across the deserts of Iraq and Afghanistan. Okay? They are riding through narrow dirt lanes, working their way through forest many times, and they need these narrow extraction vehicles. And we're getting the exact thing that they need. So thank you for that. So we're pushing that. I'm just believing in 30 days this is going to be done. Now, once we've procured them, I turn around, I come straight back to Ukraine. And the beauty of this is you will then see that convoy delivered right to the front. I cannot wait to drive one of those all the way across Ukraine.
Dude!
So that's
damn. Good evening. Good evening, Rick. Hello.
Rick!
Hey.
Welcome, Rick.
Hi guys, hi. I'm here just for about 10 minutes because first of all, I need to have a good sleep. Secondly, I'm getting a bit ill and I'm really hoping that I didn't pass you any disease, Greg and Jana. Some flu.
Rick, if I get sick because of you, I'm coming over to your house and beat the crap out of you.
I know, man. That happens every time you're getting sick because of me.
Rick, maybe you'll feel better. Maybe a little bit of feel-good action for you. How about Rick drives one of those Land Rovers to the east with you, Greg? Can we arrange that?
Listen, he's in the convoy. I'm trying. I'd love to work it out because Mercado's coming back too. We just roll this convoy across. It'd be awesome.
I forgot to ask you today. Actually, we were meeting with Greg today, and I forgot to ask Greg if it's okay if I ride one of the snatches there. But
absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
Yes. Cool.
Awesome.
Very cool. Very cool.
So we have
I'm
to buy
here.
have snacks before Rick gets to meet us. Is that how it works? Yeah.
Yeah, will be cool.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you.
So if I can make a little announcement, I don't know how many of you have caught on to this out there in the fellow baby land, but you remember a little while ago, we did a fundraiser to make sure that a Ukrainian streamer who is very close to our hearts had the best gear possible to put their best foot forward. So I have an audio interface that's amazing and a great mic. And Secular Sakai has the exact same setup. So does Dunk on the Shills as well. And when we fundraised that up, what did we do? We bought Rick the Ukrainian the same damn gear, and Greg Terry delivered it.
Well done.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm actually here mostly, of course, because I want to see you beautiful people, but mostly just thank you for this. I was speechless today, and I really didn't expect that, and I am so grateful to you guys.
We'll get you all set up so you know how to use that interface, because the interface is the real, yeah. So he's got a Shure MV7X, like it's a badass mic. Here, let me highlight you so everybody can see you. They don't need to see my podcast. Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, here it is. With some, I don't know, streamer or rapper there. Not sure who's
Kanye's West brother, the one that doesn't have the stupid opinions. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I thought, well, Kanye is a bit of an idiot, right? No, probably. We should not mention him, but also this thing. And I really never had anything like this. I'm so far from the music and from audio setups, and yeah, man, you gotta teach me this.
This is the thing that you're really gonna love, because what you can do with that, you see the sliders on the right, they're for different content. So let's say you're playing a video on your stream and it's not loud enough. Well, you just slide the slider up, or it's too loud, slide it down. And you can have it's got all of this weird stuff that I do and all these little sound effect buttons. You don't have to use those, but what it can do for mixing the audio live, as well as it's got all the toys like an EQ and a compressor and a limiter and a de-esser for your mic, and it's just gonna be badass. You are gonna just sound so fucking pro. It's gonna be amazing.
It's big. Wow.
Oh yeah, it's a yeah.
I mean,
it's the same as a Go XLR, if you know that interface, right? Yeah.
Go, yeah, look the size of my head. Yeah, basically the same size, even a bit bigger.
It will.
Okay.
Kristen McCall asks the only important question: will it have the goat scream? Of course it will. How?
Dick, this is reminding me, because I did not think of this earlier when we started the stream. I'm on Windows, not Mac right now, so that setting for the auto gain. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll have to deal with that. You're right.
Dick, did you load that video up?
Yeah, I'm all set and ready here. So here, we've got a cool little video of this whole little meetup with Greg, Terry, and Rick going down.
You'll see his surprise.
Yeah, let's play this up. Here we go. Oh, why is it so small? Stupid shit. Okay, here we go.
So it's a video.
This is a video. This is not live.
Not live. But this is live.
This is Greg Terry reporting for Dickie Dawson and the Shills. Guys, I want you to know that you're amazing. We're coming live to you tonight from Kyiv, and you keep that old Yoda-looking self out of the picture right now. Yoda still scares me a little bit when I'm on the stream, but as you can see, I'm here with Spock, better known as Rick the Ukrainian, and Shills. You guys know that a few weeks ago you did a campaign through Dickie Dawson to raise some funds to help some Ukrainian streamer. Like, I wonder who that could be. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's Rick the Ukrainian. So the first thing we're going to do on behalf of the Shills, Dick, I told you we would make it happen. We've got a new audio interface for Rick from the Shills and all the people around the world. I didn't know about this. That's why it's called a surprise. Happy birthday from the Shills. So here it is, Dick, just like you said. And
more setting up.
Oh, that's not it. That's not it.
Well,
And
also,
we're tired of your audio, dude. So you now are moving up to the big leagues with a new short microphone for the stream. This is from Dickie Dawson and the Shills community. Rick, from Dick and all the Shills, Merry Christmas.
Wow.
Anything you want to say to the community tonight?
Well, guys, I'm stunned. You see, I didn't expect that, and I'm humble, and I really.
Are you speechless?
Yeah, I
The
am.
one that can talk 8 hours is speechless?
Yeah, I am. I just, man, I don't know what to do with all of this.
You say thank you,
Yes.
and you make your streams better.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
I will. Thank
say
you so
thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you,
while
guys.
we're got the video rolling, and a lot of people in here know Fish from my community, I'm bringing this to you now with Ukraine in my heart. This is made out of a 152 millimeter shell. And
Wow.
Fish has them custom made for people that support. And that says to Rick the Ukrainian.
Second, it's coming. Oh,
Rick the Ukrainian.
yeah,
Yep.
got it.
So Rick, this is from Fish.
Thank you so much.
So there you go.
I'm not speechless with this one because I was waiting.
You were waiting for
this
that one.
and it's an honor.
It's an honor.
To receive it from Fish. So please pass this handshake.
Done
to
deal.
Fish,
I'll
okay?
see Fish soon and Shills. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Well done, Greg Terry. Awesome.
Roving
Yeah.
reporter for Dickie Dawson. There you go, baby.
Thank you so much, guys. First of all who donated for this, and secondly, who made this possible. And guys, thank you. I'm just, you've seen me. I couldn't find words. That was, totally.
Couldn't happen
Okay.
to a nicer guy, honestly.
What?
Right?
It
He couldn't
not
have.
happened to a nicer guy.
Yeah. And a more deserving fellow baby.
More
Somebody
deserving,
who's
hey,
stepping
well
up
said.
to full-time YouTube to support the cause 100% needs that smooth FM voice, baby.
Oh yeah, and
Thank
and I
you.
guess there's gonna be. We'll see tomorrow during your stream, Rick. How close are you now to that goal?
To close the fundraiser for Third Assault Brigade robot?
No.
sorry, the monthly for going full time.
Yeah.
Actually, guys, yesterday I got a new Heimers member on Buy Me a Coffee, and it is 1,184 out of 1,200, so only $16 left.
Yeah, guys, if you
Go-
want to do,
Go right now.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
right now to Rick's Coffee. Buy me a coffee and be a monthly subscriber. 10, 20 bucks, 50 bucks, 300 bucks, $1,000. Come on, let's just get this done. You know?
2 people at 10, 1 person at 25. I mean, it's right there. You could be the one.
Yeah.
Guys, for even $3 you'll get this patch, or Abrams patch. It's also there, but I'm not gonna reach it now because this thing is too heavy. It is.
Dude, you can control all the lights and everything, and it's got so many cool tricks and toys. When I teach you how to use this, for the first half an hour, you're going to be frustrated because it's kind of complicated. But once you get your head around what it does, you are just going to be, wow, all right then, let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can second that you're going to be frustrated and then you're going to love it after.
Yeah, Sakai already went through this, man. He knows.
Okay, Dick, good news. I took vacation next week because I still need to work for 2 weeks at my job. But next week I'm not working just because I can.
Perfect.
Can afford that. So yeah, I am
We can do a
taking a
hookup.
week off. Yeah, so tomorrow's stream is still gonna be with this mic, with this cheap mic. And next week, I promise you guys, this is going to be some new epic sounding thanks to the Shills, Dick Dawson, Greg Terry, who else?
All the fellow babies who made it possible,
I mean,
man.
When I said the Shills, I meant fellow babies.
Yeah.
Sorry. I apologize, guys. I remember that you are fellow babies. And I think all of us are the Shills, right?
Yeah. It's a huge family here. You know,
Mhm.
we've got a thing building here between the channels right now that is just a little bit better than awesome. You know, you think you know awesome? No. Yeah, what I got going on right now is the real awesome. So, you know, live vicariously through us, you know, enjoy it, right?
Yeah, let me show you some gold. Just a second.
Oh, I got to breathe.
Do you recognize this case, guys?
Yes. That's
oh yeah, so it's flying high again.
That's a Mavic 3T.
Flying high again.
Ooh, nice.
We've been waiting for this one for 2 months, guys. This is the one that we raised for Andriy Siromacha's Karpatska Sich battalion, friends of Andriy Siromacha. It's not his battalion, but they are friends. So this one finally arrived. It was a mess. It was a challenge to get this one, but we did it. It is complicated. What?
Bravo, Rick the Ukrainian. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much. Yeah, guys, this one is going to be going to them on Monday, and finally helping guys on the front lines with thermal scope. And as always, guys, I'm going to tell you everything. I mean, this long story, I'm going to tell it to you tomorrow. I don't have time for it now. So, yeah, I'm so happy that we managed to provide one more thing for the army. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Rollers, fellow babies, everyone put
Rick, we got a new one. The Greg Terry Experience viewers are now the Greg Terry Terriers.
Terriers. Awesome. Like Greg Terry Terrier.
Just shut up, Pete.
Okay, I gotta run.
Oh, go ahead.
As I told you, I'm here just for 10 minutes, as I told you, so I gotta run. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for these gifts. I am very, very grateful to you guys, and I promise you this won't be in vain. You will hear some much better content.
Oh, dude, we're gonna set you up and make sure it's running proper, buddy. You're gonna love it.
Oh,
Thank you. Love you all, guys. Live long, prosper, and donate. See you next week and tomorrow on my stream. Bye, guys.
All right.
See you, buddy.
Oh, that was cool. That was cool. I was glad Rick got to join in there. Very cool.
Perfect timing.
Cool. Yep.
Dick, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to meander soon, if you don't mind. I'm in a tiny house full of soldiers, and they've all gone to sleep about half an hour ago.
Okay.
And I'm echoing through the whole house. But I've got a few minutes before I know one of them throws a hand grenade in my direction.
Well, why don't you convey a message to everybody on their behalf right now? That would probably be cool, right? Because they wouldn't kill you for it, you know.
Well, I can tell you, I'm sitting over here, and just I'll pan the camera right. There's the kitchen door, and that's the front door of the house there. And every few minutes, they scroll past here, and they go, "Do you want to sit?" I said, "They scroll past here. I'm even starting to sound like you, speak like you." They're going out for cigarettes, and they keep popping their heads, and they keep looking in awe, and they keep hearing these amazing accents, and they're going, "What is this?" And I just sit there, and I'm screaming for Ukraine, and they're all just going, giving me high fives and stuff secretly behind. You guys couldn't see it, so I've got two 19-year-olds, one 20-year-old.
Oh,
and one 20-year-old.
I don't know. Do you want to give exact ages for everybody? Maybe better not to. I don't know. If that matters.
It's okay.
I'm sure we can trust Pete. He knows what to do. You know.
I'm trying to emphasize how young these guys are.
Yeah.
They're all volunteers. None of them they've all volunteered to join the army. Yeah. So
we've got a few shout outs to do quick, because I see there's one person in the chat that's got to be running soon. Ronnie Vranken, and I don't want to miss the shout out. So we also have one from SSW Custom Sewing, Slava Ukraine. That was a direct PayPal one. And then we've got Ronnie Vranken there is in on the list of names that I've got to read out here from the direct donations. And it got out of hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to read the numbers. Sorry, everybody, but it'll just take me forever. So we got Michael Mueller, Ronnie Franken, Ronnie Franken. You get a lot of recognition because I know you're heading out. So make sure, everybody knows that, right? We got Scott Langert, John Scott, Jonah Ottenson, Camilla Matson, Evangelo Taxi something or other. That's killer name. It doesn't even fit in the goddamn spot. I have to figure that out after. Alistair Morris, Bradley Hacksworth, Harry Roberts, Kevin Kwok, Harry Bruce, Michelle Dickerby, and Pat Chillin. Oh yeah, you always got to be chillin'. We've got a huge amount of shout outs here. I have to log into a couple of services to see where we are right now because I do believe that the numbers are sort of high. I can tell you right now, we got over $500 in super chats in already. And I do believe that direct donations are a little bit higher than that. So let's just wing it on over and see, shall we? Hold on here. Hold on. I know I narrate what I'm doing a lot. It's kind of annoying to some people, but
cool. I love it.
Yeah, not to everybody. But if I was just staring at the screen looking at progress bars to log in, it would be boring as fuck, wouldn't it? So,
Yes.
Right. So, yeah. And we've got $600 in on the direct PayPal donations so far. Now,
Wow.
drones are a lot more than $600. So we're going to have to do even better, fellow babies. I know you can do it. We've got Blackcad gifted out 5 Shills memberships. And remember, if you're the last one to get a membership, you do pick up the tab for the show, and it's growing, right? So you got a good beer tab coming up for you. We got Merkin with another $100 super chat. This is the best of the pro-Ukraine community. And then he comes in again and he says, I can hop on in a few minutes before I start my stream. Now, I've already given him the link, so we should see Merc for at least a 5-minute little hello soon. We got John Scott in with a super chat. Lots of great people here. Slava Ukraine.
Heroim Slava.
Yes.
Heroim Slava.
We got M2M, the casual spaceman, and a personal friend of mine who I miss and haven't seen in a while. We got to hook up again. Seeing clips and documentaries of Ukrainian soldiers and foreign volunteers on the front lines, and it seems morale isn't as good as it used to be, although still determined. Do you think this is accurate? I'm going to throw this to Pete first and then to Greg.
It is accurate. It is accurate.
100%.
It is accurate. And the reason is we know that a lot more people are going to die. We know that a lot more soldiers are going to die. We know that a lot more civilians are going to die. We know it's protracted because some so-and-sos in the world can't make up their effing minds about when they want to send their donation, when they want to send their much-needed ammunition to Ukraine. They'd rather pussyfoot around their stupid conference tables. But this is the knowledge in these soldiers' minds. So yes, the morale is low. People are tired. I've been asking my commanders for days for anti-drone data so that we can try and procure some more drone jammers. And you think I can get an answer out of them? Guys they're down. Morale is certainly down. But the fighting spirit is still there. Put a rifle in somebody's hand and say you need to go and defend that position. They will do it with utmost zeal and effort. But yes, my God, we are tired of losing our brothers. I don't have tears to cry anymore. The amount of times my phone beeps with another funeral that's coming around, and it's always somebody that you know, or somebody that you know that somebody that you know, somebody that knows somebody that you know. Greg's experienced this a ton. Galina's experienced this a ton. Yeah, my God, morale is low, but we ain't giving up. The fighting spirit is still there. Bring it on, is what I say. But damn it, we're sick and tired of losing brothers and sisters out there.
Would it be fair to say, Pete, that we can help in a small way with morale by contributing and helping and stuff? Does Does it matter? Like, are they feeling it? You know?
Oh my God, yes. Let me explain something to you. And I'm not giving away secrets or tactics here. If we don't have artillery, Dick, if we don't have artillery, the way we can counter by not having artillery is by having FPVs and by having Mavic reconnaissance drone. And FPVs are the new Air Force of Ukraine, let's face it. So we can stop an attack, or we can slow down an attack, or we can stall an attack, or we can dissuade them from attacking. If we, from a distance, we can watch them with our reconnaissance drones, and we see, oh, this is mass of orcs, a group of orcs amassing. They're ready to storm us. We send an FPV drone to them to make them rethink their life choices. And if that still doesn't work, with further equipment that wonderful people like yourselves are donating, like optics that can see in the dark. Americans have a famous saying. I think the SEALs or somebody, they've got a saying that say, we own the night. If we can see them before they can see us, we can stop their attack. And your donations, your equipment, your incredible donations, your incredible equipment lifts morale, because even though the orcs even though they outgun us massively, we are still able to stop them. So my God, yes, you're keeping us in the fight. If it wasn't for you, if it was not for you people, let me make this paramountly, patently clear. If it wasn't for people like you donating, Ukraine wouldn't exist right now.
So let's
all of the thermal and night vision and drones and stuff that you people have been donating do not come from the armed forces of Ukraine. They come from individuals like you sitting out there in front of your computers right now and watching this stream. They come from you. So my God, are you making a difference? Because of you, we're still fucking alive. Not to put too fine a point upon it.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, you are the passionate man. You know, it's I wish I could convey a point like you could, because people might actually fucking listen to me. You know.
And I'm not speaking. You know how many thousands of soldiers of my comrades out here have said thank you for saying what we've been wanting to say for so long. Do you know? I'm not speaking for me. This is not Peter speaking. This is Ukraine Armed Forces speaking to you tonight, folks. You are keeping us in the fight, and it is such a noble, just cause. It's such a noble, just action. What we are doing, we are defending the rest of those 3-month-old babies that are out in Ukraine, trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
So let's show them how the Shills family rolls. Let's show them what the fellow babies can do. And let's get some more donations in here. And let's get this thermal imaging drone in Pete's team's hands, so that every time they hear a boom, they can go out knowing they will find those in need to help them.
Guys,
let's do it.
Guys, yeah. These drones... some of you, it just dawned upon me, some of you might have just joined and not seen what's going on. There are rockets and drones and artillery shells landing around us all the time, and we are medics, and we are on permanent standby to respond to the army. Okay, and then when I'm talking about PK now, Project Constantine volunteer medics, we want to run forward and rescue as many as we can. When the army know of an injured on their position, we will run, and they'll call us on the radio. This is where you go to, Pete. This is where you go to, Ben. This is where you go to, Margarita. Go and fetch this person. But what about all the other time that we're sitting back on standby, and there are shells and things landing all around us all the time? We have the vehicles. Because of you guys keeping us going, we've got the vehicles, we've got the equipment, and we want to respond to all of those. But I mean, there's buildings, there's trees, everything. You pop your outside. There's no ways to know where that round landed. Who's burning alive? Who's bleeding out? Go outside, pop that drone up 100 meters into the air. Oh, there's the thermal signature.
Exactly.
There's the smoke trail. Into the car, stretchers out, back on, tourniquets at the ready, and you guys will help us save more lives instead of sitting idly back. Yeah, no, let's rather not go out. We don't know where it was. Man, I've been out there when shells have been landing, and I've been the first person on the scene of the accident. There was a soldier in Kharkiv filling up his car, and a bomb exploded under his car. Some devil put a bomb under his car. I was driving down the main street of Konstantinivka one day, and an S-300 fell out of the sky. I was the first on the scene outside the town hall, which was half destroyed. It's an awesome feeling when you get there and the guy's lying there, or the guy or the girl's lying there dazed and confused, and he's got rubber all over his body, and sometimes his limbs are knocked off. And you're there within minutes, man, and you save that person from certain death and demise. And a Mavic 3T with Mavic drone with thermal imager, these things are so fantastic. You pop them up into there, and you press return, and it comes straight back into my hand, bang, into the car, stretch her out, on the way to the hospital. It's the best. It's the best. It'll be the best gift, you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, this guy is not just a lovable teddy bear, but he's got balls of steel. He's actually out there driving towards the fucking explosions to save people. You know, if I had half of your balls, I wouldn't be able to walk because my legs would be like 7 feet apart and I'd be like this, you know, it'd be awful. Horrible look. It's not good for anyone, you know.
Not good for anyone.
But I think the other thing is with the bombs and the artillery. Pete was on Greg's stream, I think 2 or 3 days ago, and he had to go off. He had a call, and he had to go off. Someone was injured, and they couldn't get the guy back. They couldn't get the guy back. The artillery was too heavy, so they had to decide, you know what, we're going to go and get him in the morning. And that doesn't just happen to injured soldiers. Luckily, they were able to, he was in a safe enough place that they could go get him the next day. But that doesn't just happen to injured soldiers. We've had, last year at one point, Pete sent us a message on our WhatsApp group, and he said, can anyone please get a grappling hook? Because we've got a wounded guy, or sorry, they had a guy who died, and they could not retrieve his body because the Russians wouldn't stop firing, and they had to retrieve his body with a grappling hook.
Yeah.
So that is the state. Like oftentimes, like you can't even retrieve the body. You have to get so creative to just get someone's body out, or to just retrieve someone.
Yeah.
And that's how brutal it is.
And there are technologies out there. A very special friend of mine, I won't mention his name right now. He asked me to keep it secret. There are technologies out there that with automated systems that can go out, remote controlled vehicles.
Yeah, we bought one. It's coming.
You told me to keep quiet about it. Okay, so now at least you know I can keep stum. Thank you, Greg.
People know already. The human hero rescue machine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know what? That cup and this has been on my mind so much. You know, guys, we've been a valuable service to the front lines of Ukraine. We want to become invaluable to them. We want to be the person, the group that they call to when all the. We want to be the SEAL Team 6. We want to be the Delta Force of Kazakhs, and we can do it with people like you. What was the name? The Dick. What do you call your followers?
The fellow babies.
Fellow babies. The fellow babies. The terriers. The rollers. With all these bits of high tech kit, guys, we can do more. We can retrieve more. The new battalions rotate in and out of frontal zones all the time. And when they come in, they've got to understand the lay of the land. They've got to understand the lay of the air. And they've got to try and bring whatever equipment they can. If PK are here and we've got a permanent team and we've got a permanent amount of knowledge and scratch the last 10 seconds. If PK are here and we've got the best equipment and we are capable, we've proven that. But if we've got the best equipment provided by you lovely angels, we can get more people on behalf of the army, and we can do it even if it's not safe to drive. We can send in the robots, we can send in the drones, we can drop supplies to that soldier with these drones, as you guys have seen on YouTube in the past. Ukrainians are famous for dropping supplies to their soldiers that they can't get to in time, and to keep them going. Man, we're going to next level our services with you guys at our side. Well, let's do it together. Let's rescue more and more and more. In greater numbers than before. Yep. It's coming. It's coming.
Wholeheartedly agree with that.
Thank you, Rick.
Very good shouts. Very good shouts. We've got a few shouts we can do, but what I'll do is I'll leave them a little bit longer so we can scream through them after. Because I wanted to I wanted to ask Pete.
Yes, sir.
We were talking about morale of the soldiers, the fighters, the military, but within your group and others like yourselves, the rescue teams that have just simply decided this is what you're going to do, and you go out and do it. Do you find it almost like you have a responsibility to keep the positivity and stuff when you're interacting with people? Like, do you feel that you have a responsibility to keep the positivity up when you're interacting with everybody?
Yes, I do feel this way because for two reasons. One, God has given me the gift. He's given me the gift of speaking, and apparently, according to some of my dearest friends, you included, apparently I'm quite good at that. But also, there are a lot of new soldiers here. Every frontal line every frontal zone you appear on, and it doesn't matter what age they are. They could be kids like I'm here with now, or they could be grandfathers, and there's a lot of them. But many of them have not been to combat before. Many of them have not experienced frontline time, and I always feel compelled to energize them and motivate them and encourage them, and most times they don't need it. 99% of the time they don't need it, but I do it anyway. Because it's a team effort, and we've got to watch each other's back. And if you cannot trust the man next to you, who can you trust? Because
that was going to be my next question, Pete. Building the camaraderie between the teams when you kind of come from everywhere and just meet up and stuff. Those moments where you're all hanging out and just waiting for the next call or motion or something. It's not just relaxation. You're building a family environment so that when your ass is on the line, your team's got you, right?
Yes, sir. 1,000%. It's these guys I don't want to sound big-headed or anything yet, but Project Constantine has got a good reputation.
I bet.
And when people see the patch on my arm, even if they don't know who I am, when they hear the name, because wherever we go, our call sign is Constantine, and they know what we've done, because invariably we've either rescued one of their friends or one of the people from their battalion or brigade, and it's a door opener when they know that our organization has had a hand in saving one of their comrades or rescuing one of their comrades. It's an instant door opener, and it's an instant icebreaker, and it's really cool. It's really nice, and it's an instant love. The love is instantly there, and they all just want to, most of the guys that I'm with here right now are soldiers or in some combatants, warriors. But every time there's a boom, they literally go, "Can I be the one to go with you this time?" They want to go and rescue more. They want to go with you. Literally. But to say, no, not you this time, not you this time. Let's take him. Let's give him a turn.
You are a little inspirational, Pete. So I can see that. You are just a little bit like I once caught an inspirational fish this big.
Bless you. Same back at you, Mr. Dawson. Same back at you, sir. If God brought us amazing people together, people like you and all your clan that's on the stream right now. We are uniting. We are inspiring. If it wasn't for you, Dick Dawson, right now, just imagine there would be hundreds or thousands of people not thinking about Ukraine. There'd be hundreds or thousands of people not donating to Ukraine. We're all inspiring everybody. So give yourself a pat back too, sir. You're absolutely magnificent at it. I can't wait to see 2 million people on your next stream.
I love to feel the love, but I'm just the loudmouth that shouts people out and shit. You guys are the actual content they're here to see. I know this. It's okay.
Amen.
Hey, Pete.
Amen. Pete. Greg Terry, I can't wait to see you and give you a big hug.
I'll see you in a few days. But listen, Pete, I came through a very secure block post in the Donetsk Oblast a few days ago.
Yeah.
And I had the Project Constantine mosquito patch on.
Uh-huh.
And the guy looked down and he says, "How you get that mosquito?" I said, "I'm PK." He says, and he said, "And you're free to go."
Yeah.
The point being is he has a really good PK has an amazing reputation. Amazing.
Very good.
Thank you, Craig. As do you, sir.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're all working together. Now, Pete, before you leave, you know, all these idiots up in here, and y'all are pushing my language right there. I just said idiot. Okay. These idiots up in here, we're talking about putting underwear on their head.
Yes.
Right. So, Pete, this one's for you. So this is my Ukrainian underwear.
Oh.
And so the underwear is now on the head. And when I get over to you, I'm going to let you wear my Ukrainian underwear on your head. And listen, dude, we're all in on Ukraine. We've got the Ukrainian drawers on the head. Now, I guarantee you there's nobody in this stream right now that has Ukrainian drawers on their head. Nope. Let's go. It is washed. It is clean. I don't even wear them. I just put them on my head.
When we tell you that Greg Terry shows up at the Shills to let his pants down, we're not shitting you, fellow babies.
You were talking about that earlier, and I said, you know what?
Yeah, I think Jana is feeling the boy energy here.
Greg, remind me when you come here. I've got a Scottish multicam kilt.
There we go.
Oh, word.
And we're going to put that on Sans underwear.
There we go.
Just for music.
Oh,
I just got him out of wash.
Commander.
We've got Commander McMillan with white drawers on his head. Okay,
hold on. Here, let me center that. Here, you know what? We're zooming that in just so you can get a full view, fellow babies.
I'm in unison with you, Commander. I'm in unison with you.
We have inspired the Commander. The man is party whitey on.
You can't
I'd like to say something very serious right now.
There's only one place you can have this much fun supporting Ukraine, and that's right here, fellow babies.
And those of you that watch my stream know we will never do this on my stream. Okay?
Yes.
Look at the live chat right now. It's just full of people laughing their asses off.
So good.
So good. Sometimes it really isn't a bad thing to be me.
It's not, and we have enough news in the world, whether it's Ukraine or anything else, to take a smile off our face. It is nice to do things like this to put a smile on our face. So.
Yes. Yeah.
It's absolutely necessary.
And I hope everybody agrees, like Merck said just yesterday on his live stream, Mercado Media. You know, we do a lot of goofing around here, but we do it in good taste. We're not laughing at civilians running away and other bullshit that some people do,
Correct.
right? You know, you come here to learn who these people really are, not just get the news, right? That's what we do.
Well, not only that, we also come here to learn, not that I use this language, but, you know, Dickie Dawson can not only teach you all the curse words, he can actually teach you which order to put them in. Because there's a sequence to it. He's the master.
You gotta be doing your fucking streaming right, because James shit and all that stuff, you know. You step in some food puddle and then all of a sudden it's up your rectum like a balloon, right? You know.
The pants,
Like I said.
that's a proper nickname.
I take the English language and I murder it for breakfast.
That's awesome.
So let's see, where are we here? We're at 150. I'm not in a big hurry today because I ordered my son lunch. He's upstairs eating a pizza. I don't have a lot to do. So we're not in a big hurry. Anybody that can stick around a little bit longer, we can run the stream a little longer. What do you think there, fellow babies in the live chat? Y'all want us to do a little bit more clowning around and goofing and
Merc wants to know if you want to co-stream for a bit.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Excellent idea. You know, see, Merc isn't just a pretty face. He's kind of smart too, right? Not bad. That's an awesome idea. Here. Oh, I didn't get the beep. He actually beat me. Yeah, I'm just getting the message now. Let's do it. Okay, here. Yeah, I'm narrating my thing again. So yeah, well, we're gonna figure this out in the background because we'll tickle the ivories and make it happen. Okay. He says, okay. Give me 5-10 minutes. I'm home and at my setup. So yeah, this is gonna happen. This will be pretty fun.
Awesome.
I am gonna have to dive into the little jar of awesome. Yeah, it's because I'm Canadian. I can do this, right?
You know, when they legalized weed here in South Africa, okay. Companies went kind of crazy. So there was one of the pizza franchises decided they're going to put cannabis oil on pizza.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I'm literally about to move. I'm putting everything for sale right now.
They discontinued it, but it was like for about 6 months or so. They had this CBD pizza.
You guys see what I'm looking at here? So we're in an abandoned house somewhere on the front lines, just behind the front lines, outside Bakhmut somewhere. And just look what's on this cut. I'm in the kitchen here, and there's a bunch of stickers. There's Jesus Christ up there. I've got Mother Mary behind me. But look what's on here, Rick. AK-49. There's all pictures of weed and VIP seeds and spliff with a bunch of mongooses smoking spliff. There's Bob Marley.
Just in time for the movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are talking about weed in this. I mean, divine connections, eh, Greg?
That's right, brother. You know it.
Should I start singing Redemption song?
Folks, listen, I've got six young soldiers that need me to get off here because I'm in a tiny. I wanted to say hello to Andrew. Please give him my best and my biggest love. Can I please be excused, everybody?
Yes. Yeah,
absolutely.
You tell every single person in that house that we are in awe of their efforts and what they accomplish. You guys are fucking heroes, man.
Tell them right now with much love and much respect to all of you from me and everybody in AFU, Armed Forces of Ukraine. Muchas gracias. Thank you, everybody. We love you so much, man. And God bless you all. And thank you, Dick, for getting this amazing campaign off the ground for a 3T. Thank you, everybody, for your donations. You guys are
See you
amazing.
soon, buddy.
We're going to make it happen, Pete, brother. Go to bed happy, wake up strong, and do what you do to keep them good.
Hasta la vista, Pete.
Much love. Hasta la vista. Ciao for now.
Lekker slaap, boss.
Take care.
What a cool guy. Love that dude. Love that dude.
Legit.
Oh, yeah. If I could be reincarnated when I die, I'd be Pete. You know.
Yeah, I can see that. So now, where are we at? We haven't heard from Dave in a sec. You with us still, Dave?
I'm with it.
I just was checking, make sure you were still on with us.
Oh, good.
All right. So we've got we've got Merc doing his thing in the background to get it together so we can do a little mutual streaming here. Oh yeah, you little push pull. Oh,
Dick, gonna pull you back from the edge there, man.
Oh, sorry. Where am I? Oh, that was crazy. Let's kick in a couple of news stories there, Secular Sakai, and we'll give Merc a few minutes, and we'll I'll try to lower my blood pressure.
All right, and I will try to go through some of this news without coughing my lungs up. All right, let's see here. Interesting piece of news relating to the situation. Excuse me. Neighboring Ukraine.
Die on your own time, damn it. No, I'm just kidding.
In Moldova's Transnistria region, from Pravda.com again, .ua, Moldova vows response to Russia's holding presidential elections in occupied Transnistria. So for anyone unfamiliar, here recently, there was controversy over the unrecognized breakaway region of Transnistria inside of Moldova, which neighbors Ukraine, with the unrecognized government there requesting, quote, protection from the Russian military. This, of course, was not popular in Moldova or anywhere else other than probably Russia, of course. And so Moldova has vowed a response. Let's see. Moldovan Foreign Minister Mihai Popsoi has stated that Chisinau will
actually. I have his response right here.
What the
fuck
is wrong with you?
So, agreed. I feel like that's the response that you almost forget about it because I feel like everyone's been saying that nonstop for going on 3 years when it comes to Russia. Let's see. Oh,
I would suspect that is tied in with potential negotiations.
Probably.
Because they're setting the stage of, okay, we will take the current situation and that will be the established new border or whatever. And if they can show that, oh yeah, well, we had this wonderful plebiscite and everybody voted us in, 99.999% of the population, then, you know, they can claim that it's their territory.
Yeah.
And you know, and I know, and everybody with half a brain knows that there's no actual election or plebiscite going on here. This is all pure doctored and propaganda.
Oh yeah, no, in Russia and Russian occupied territories across the various countries that have unfortunately experienced the so-called Ruski Mir and all that BS. Yeah, you get a chance to do an election. There's even a soldier there to make sure that you're doing it right.
It's so generous of them to help that way.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Oh, speaking of elections, the Russia's Propagandist Institute has put out a quick little video to remind you of, your responsibility to vote in the election in Russia. So,
I almost feel like there should have been just a really quick copy paste, like intentionally bad picture of Putin imposed on his face right there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Coming up. Done. Good call, dude. Good call.
Did I inspire you with classic South
Oh,
Park?
yeah.
Oh, man. But anyway, so going back to this article, all right, let's see here. From Pravda, Moldova. Oh, sorry, I had it on the wrong window. Here we go. So Moldova's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has recently summoned Russian Ambassador Oleg Vasit. I know, I'm so sorry. Over reports.
Lucky that sickness doesn't spread through a fucking microphone.
I saw that movie. It was terrifying. Over reports of unauthorized polling stations opening for the sham presidential election in Russia, the Moldovan Foreign Ministry authorized the setting up of a polling station for the Russian presidential election only on the territory of the Russian embassy in Chisinau. So, guys, also, I want you to keep something in mind. A lot of part of Russian propaganda, whether it's been Abkhazia or South Ossetia, in Republic of Georgia, or all the BS they're trying to pull in Luhansk and Donetsk and Crimea with their BS elections, or Transnistria in this case. When you look at the actions speak louder than words, and when you've got a supposed breakaway government saying, oh, well, we're going to have an election for the Russian president, even though we are claiming we want independence, it's not really independence like you think of it. It's this Russian idea of, oh, the oblasts and republics are, quote, autonomous. They're their own things, but Moscovia has complete control. So this is a real telltale sign in my eyes that, what everyone already knows. It's not about, quote, protecting or bringing independence to those who are suffering. It's just about expansion.
Yes. It's remaking the empire, right?
Let me help you on this one as well, because I've spent a lot of time in Moldova. I've spent a lot of time in Transnistria, Tiraspol, all of these places. First of all, there are probably about 2,200 Russian soldiers inside Transnistria right now. Mm-hmm. Additionally, there is an unbelievable amount of Soviet munitions there. They've been storing it there and moving it there for decades, guys. So when you are actually in the Transnistria region, you're basically in the Soviet Union 1983. That's exactly what it looks like. Additionally, when you begin to think about Lugansk, Donetsk, and Zaporizhia and Kherson, what you have to remember is this. The Russian Constitution was changed, and just hear me out. So the Russian Constitution was changed to be rewritten. So of course, it's stolen from Ukraine. Let me say that first, of course. But on their Constitution, they have it written past that it's actually their land. So it's actually crazy. So like Jana and I've done all kind of videos like, okay, well, we're in Zaporizhia. So Greg, really we're in Russia, and according to their constitution. So there's a whole big long game that's being played here. And I think Commander McMillan was spot on when he talks about setting things up for negotiations, because I'm just going to be straight with you guys. You just heard Pete talking about the morale. It is not in the best situation right now, and I know we have 800,000 to 1 million shells coming from Czech and all the nations working together, but that's not until June. F-16s at the earliest, September will be in the air. The United States aid that's coming is just a little bit, 300 million. It's nothing, guys. It's a couple weeks of supplies, and I honestly don't know how we're going to be looking by the time we get to June. So I'm just telling you the truth. So Commander McMillan, you're making really good points there.
Yeah.
If I had to guess right now, we really need supply to get here quickly, because this could be negotiation tools. Now, in regard, I saw some other things in the chat there. Well, what about Moldova joining the EU or applying for the EU? Those conversations place no different than Ukraine is. But we have a joke here inside of Ukraine. I know there's some Ukrainians watching, but guys, if you really think that Ukraine will be in the EU before 2030, I'm sorry to tell you, it's not possible. So Moldova infrastructure is even worse than Ukraine. So, there are standards and there are protocols that have to be in place right now. Single lane roads connect major Ukrainian cities, and the infrastructure is destroyed. They're not even on the systems yet. For example, banking and finance and all of these systems, guys, they're still breaking out of that Soviet world. The earliest Ukraine could ever be in EU is 2030. At the earliest.
Yeah. And that's with a lot of external help.
Massive.
Greg,
we need to win the war, guys. That's where it needs to start. That's where it needs to start.
Yeah. We've let me just get a couple of shout outs in here. So I leave it up to you where this donation goes. Thank you to everyone who are still supporting Ukraine. Still supporting Ukraine. Those are big words, people. There is no room for fatigue in what we are doing. There are other conflicts in the world going on, but they're sorted. They're fine. Those people can handle it and stuff. At least we should hope so. Ukraine is literally the blockade right now to the old USSR Union reforming. And you've got to see these things going on with like North Korea and whatnot. You know, all these little evil dudes are buddy right now. It's like they're building the Legion of Doom from the old Super Friends or whatever, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and every single person out there. Yeah.
I was going to say, what we have is kind of that pre-World War II phase in the late 30s, where 100%. You have the world dividing into the fascist and the democracy camps.
Yeah.
And I don't know who's standing on the sidelines representing the Soviet Union, but that's probably China, because I don't think China is entirely aligned with Russia and Iran and the other countries. But
yeah, I barely.
They're at the point where you kind of think they are, but they. Yeah,
I barely call China communist. I call them Chinese nationalist with communist and capitalist elements.
Anywhere the Chinese can see themselves as financially superior but still in the group, they're going to fall in. And right now the Americans are very, skeptical on the Chinese. So where do you think they're going to fall in? Right? Come on.
Yep.
Let's just, sometimes a duck is a duck, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And Greg, I've got a very
It's not a
important
platypus.
Those are deadlier than you think, man. They got toxic quills, man.
Yeah,
they'll envenom you.
Somebody had put in the chat to remember that the front line in Ukraine is 1,000 kilometers long. Think about that, guys.
Dude, yeah.
For you Americans in here, it's 600 miles. 1,000 kilometers. Now, parallel that to the war that's happening in Israel, where you're basically dealing with just 11 kilometers.
Yeah,
at
miles.
The longest.
And remember,
1,000 kilometers, and I drive every kilometer of it, and it's horrible.
Oh, and remember that the situation in Israel is much of it a distraction. It has been from aid to Ukraine.
Oh, no question.
I'm sorry.
No question. I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
And now the elections are.
Sorry, I was just going to say, remember that there's still Hezbollah up to the north, and that would turn the region into a bigger hotbed of war. What's happening in Israel right now as a distraction is horrific, but it's, how do I put this? It's localized in one region. You see something. Yeah, you see that break out more, and that's going to be even more distraction away from Ukraine.
And guys, just come on. This is so simple to see.
Yeah.
You realize we are March the 17th here in Ukraine, and the every day that ticks by, and this has nothing to do with your political affiliation, or many of you here are not even Americans. I am, and I know others in here are as well, but every day we tick closer to November, the harder it's going to be for a massive aid project to come to Ukraine. Not only are you going to have the infighting and the looking ahead to the election, it's all going to be pushing toward trying to get reelected, but you're going to continue to have the Russian meddling, the propaganda rolling every day that they delay. Pete's telling you, I mean, I've got friends on the front that are putting up one drone versus 200. One from Ukrainian side versus 200. Coming in from the Russian side.
Yeah.
This is reality, guys. Or we're firing 1 to 2 shells versus their 10 or their 15 or their 20. We can't. We need this stuff yesterday. And I'm just concerned. I'm really hoping my country will do what's right and do it quickly. but every day we drag our feet is a problem. It's a real problem.
I keep hoping there will be a breakthrough as well, Greg. But of course, when a situation isn't ideal, and how you want it to be, you have to make contingency plans. And I think that's where we're at right now. I mean, having all the U.S. aid. I mean, honestly, there are a lot of things that could be in Ukraine right now, whether it's equipment or troops from other countries, or nuclear weapons that could have deterred this, or that could help to change the outcome of this war. But at the end of the day, I was just going to say, one thing that I've appreciated is seeing at least the rhetoric of things, starting to get more active in Europe in terms of defense. But I still am hoping we see more unity in action. That'll speak louder.
Well, it's
Greg, am I right in saying if only the politicians, like you yourself, are, the pontificating pulpit master of all that is Ukraine? You're a very religious man. I am not. And yet we are able to sit here as close, good friends, united in a cause, and get this shit done.
Because we're not being manipulated by Russian propaganda. That's the point everybody misses. I cannot explain to you guys, and Rick could if he's in here. Starsky can. I cannot describe. There are people so much under the Russian propaganda, they do not realize it, guys. They've been preparing for this.
They're called MAGA.
For decades and decades and decades and decades while we've been sitting on our thumbs. And this is all calculated. I'm telling you right now. You're playing chess with the grandmaster, and I don't care. People run all these games. Well, it's his double. It's his double. Bull crap. Okay,
that is such horse shit. It's not funny.
Bull crap. He is alive and he's relatively healthy. Yes, he's got some Parkinson's he deals with, but I'm telling you right now, the man knows how to play chess, and he's playing the world for a fool. And most people in the world are falling right into the trap, looking at idiots like Carlson over there, and then they praise it. It's all a part of the game. And the world doesn't get it for some reason. So it whether it's MAGA or conservatives or I don't care who it is, whatever. Macron one day saying this, the other day saying this. Guys, don't you understand? Russian propaganda is manipulating all of that to create these narratives. They create these narratives. And that's what has to be fought. This is why Starsky's work is so important. Bashing the propaganda. Because it's so powerful.
And Starsky is somebody not only with the social media reach, but with the intellect. He is able to really see through it and bring it out. The Propaganda Study Institute is going to prove to be a seriously amazing and penetrable endeavor. It's going to matter.
Absolutely. And let me add on top of that, for anyone who either is working to learn Ukrainian or does speak Ukrainian, some of the team at Propaganda Study Institute, go look up a channel called censor.net. It has almost 800,000. Let me repeat that, 800,000 subscribers. That's more than a lot of the major English language pro-Ukraine.
Oh, that's more than channels. Starsky, and they couldn't wait to get on his program, right? Come on.
Yeah. So I mean, there's good information out there in multiple languages, and if you don't speak it, there are ways to translate things. So go take a look.
Good call.
Okay,
Good
I
call.
need to say this. Norbert Dapunt, I hope I'm saying your name properly. You, sir, are educated. Or Norbert. Yuri Bezmenov. 1984, he was telling everybody, exactly right. If you guys want to do something, I've shown this on my channel. In fact, and analyzed it, but just go look up Yuri Bezmenov and watch it from his 1984 interview. It's and listen, as far as the chess comments, I like reading the comments. As far as the chess, listen, they Russia wants you to think you're stupid. Russia wants you to think that they're just idiots, and they listen, they're Soviet mindsets, guys, and the Soviet mindset is human life human life has no value.
Hey!
That's what the mindset is. And that you have to start thinking differently to understand this war. And when you do, you realize, as many of you all in this program do, you're educated and you're learning. It's much more complex than just there's a war and Rick was in here a minute ago. He says, the front line's actually longer than 1,000 kilometers because now there's so much DRG activity in the Sumy and Chernihiv regions, and he's correct. That it's fair to say that the front line's 1,500 kilometers. So
look,
it's
sorry, Greg, but let me welcome.
I see him there. He's looking good.
Let me welcome one of the greatest human beings I've ever had the pleasure to know, Mercado Andrew himself, the media
How you guys
man.
Doing? How you guys
doing?
Thank you for having me. Great stream so far, Greg. Loving the conversation around Sumy and Chernihiv and the importance of what's happening to the civilians up there. Thank you for shedding light on that consistently. And I'm also blessed to be a part of the latest fundraiser for Greg Terry and the armored vehicles, along with the Shills, Professor Gertis, Rick the Ukrainian, and Pete from Project Constantine as well. So
yeah, we're wrapping up a Project Constantine fundraiser right now because we're trying to get them the thermal drone so Pete can find people in need faster, and then we're jumping on that fundraiser next right away. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, it's a great fundraiser. We have our NAFO ones, but I figure there's nothing wrong with pushing out more than just one fundraiser. So
well, Rick has proved it to be successful, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Oh yeah, consistently. So yeah, I'm just here, guys. Greg, you can continue about Chernihiv and Sumy. I didn't mean to interrupt. My bad.
I'm listen, it's the same stuff you cover all the time, Andrew, and it's just this, guys. Don't underestimate the power of this propaganda, please, because it really is much more complex. That is why it is so important that we all do our parts. We're here, we're supporting, we're encouraging, we're fighting, we're doing everything that we can do. You tell your Uncle Fred at the dinner table that this is how it really happens, because every day we're waking up in a world that many of us do not recognize even more and more. So the war is real, the battle's intense, and it's not just a war in typical military warfare mindset. This is also really a propaganda battle that's raging throughout this world, and every day we're coming closer to seeing. And it's not a doom. I'm not a doom and gloom, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm here. I can see what's going on, and we have to do our part for truth, because truth wins, and I'm a firm believer in that.
I think it would be safe to say a lot of people don't realize this is actually a two-front war. There's the war being fought on the battlefield, but there is also the war being fought in the airwaves, in the media. And arguably, I would say that second one is more critical in some ways.
I agree. I can agree with that. The informational war that's happening on the side with misinformation, and you had talked about it earlier, Greg, and I was listening about false claims, even if they're positive for in a Ukraine aspect, right? Even if, like, in a perfect world, like for example, if the Kerch Bridge was blown up, or maybe if Ukrainian units actually go and support in those oblasts or create a buffer zone in Kursk Oblast, Bryansk, and Belgorod Oblast, but it's not happening like that, and so to like even be falsely positive, like toxic positivity, I think I want to call it, or whatever. That can good words. It can also be like a dunk or an alley-oop for Russian media, because then they'll take that and be like, oh wow, so this is what the Ukraine side's doing and what they're excited about and what they're, or whatever, and it just plays into the hands of the Russians. It really does. Whether or not again, it's so much nuance within that, but at the end of the day, the misinformation battle is huge, and the information war is a big deal.
Andrew, I do this thing where I give nicknames to the viewers of certain channels, right? You know, the rollers and whatnot, right? I've had one brewing in the background for your crew for a while now.
What do you got?
Your viewers are the mercenaries.
The mercenaries, huh? Merc's mercenaries.
Right.
I've been called Merc. I've been called Merc since I was in the army, though. Like when my friend Lloyd, he was a sergeant. I became a sergeant, so then I could call him my friend. But he started calling me Merc as like a short way, and he was the first one to do it, and then it picked up from there in Alaska, and then I guess people that followed my media started calling me that too. So it kind of fits, but that could be a good idea.
Yeah, man. There's people in the live chat right now totally agreeing. So the Mercado Media crew, the Andrew Mercado viewers and family, you cats are the mercenaries, man, and we love you for it.
That might be a good idea there, Dick, especially this year coming up. And I mean, I've been involved in so much shit with the
dude.
So
there's an undertone to that, isn't there?
Yeah. We're digging in. You know, we go against the grain over here. So.
Welcome to the mercenaries. We love every single one of you.
But regarding the propaganda, it's actually quite shocking. The Ukrainian Association here in South Africa, past week, they had some seminars and everything, and there was this one really, really awesome speakers, okay, and like from Ukraine, from South Africa, just a really cool combination of people. And there was this one professor who attended every single event, but she spoke for the first time on Friday. And after listening to all these people from Ukraine, from South Africa, who really know their stuff, she got up there and opened with Russian propaganda. With, the people of the Donbas, Ukraine bombed the Donbas, the hate crimes that need to stop, and everything. And she's standing there after having listened and sitting at the same table as a guy who is from the Donbas. And you're sitting there, you're like, what? How did this happen? How did this, it was actually really, really shocking.
This is why everyone needs to watch Boris Nemtsov from 1984, because he explains how it happens. Because what happens eventually is, after the decades of the what does he call it? After the decades of the indoctrination, he said, and I'm quoting him basically from the 1984 interview. He says, you could have people literally standing inside of a concentration camp, and they would not even believe they're there. I'm telling you, this stuff is real, guys. I travel all over the world. Yeah, I'm a preacher. I preach all over the world, and people will come up to me knowing that, A, I've been working in Ukraine for 26 years. B, I speak the Russian language very well. And they will look at me and they say, Greg, we know what you're doing on the front lines. You're helping people, and it's just so beautiful. And we're proud of you. You know, we've known you your whole life, and it's hoorah, we're happy for you. But Greg, we just want you to know that we support you helping people, but just be aware, Ukraine are Nazis, and Ukrainians are the ones that invaded that Donbass. That's Russia. And these are people I've known my entire life. Guys.
Yeah.
It's indoctrinated, and this is what we fight against.
Yeah, here we have a way of showing this indoctrination. It's one of those buttons that I have.
But you forgot Putin's face.
Yeah, well, I know. I'll fix it. That was an amazing idea. Yes.
Hold on. Merc. Yeah. Andrew. So somebody in your chat said, okay, working, I'm in both chats, working in Ukraine for the last 26 years, no bias, right? Focus CDS, I've been working in Russia for 30. Started in Russia in 1994. started in Ukraine in 1998. I'm not biased at all. I know what the score is.
Yeah, if anything, you'd have more of a perspective because you actually spent significant time in Russia to have that perspective.
In Russia, and I speak Russian, not Ukrainian.
Yeah. That's why I also value like Philip Ittner's perspective too.
Yeah,
because he lived in Russia as well. And
dude, we've been lucky enough to have Phil on the show recently.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, he's a fantastic talk, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's so much knowledge. It's you can probably have him on and just ask literally 3 questions, and then it'll take up the whole hours that you have,
when he's on the show, I just give the super chat shout outs and shut up, right? Like that's
nice.
Yeah. But I like actually Phil has an open invitation to the show, but I don't have his personal info to get a hold of him. And so Greg, Merck, somebody, hook me up because we are, like I need to be in touch with him, right? It's
no
kind
problem.
of fucked up, Yeah.
Rick was just with him today. And I was supposed to go meeting today, but I got in another meeting. So we can connect you.
Yeah, cool. I got a couple of shout outs to do here. So real quick, we've got, it's not going to be real quick, but I'll really try my best. All our love and luck to Pete and the boys. And that comes from Paula. And that's nothing less than a $65 direct donation. Oh yeah. Now there's another one here that's $200 donation, and it's a whole bunch of letters and then an AOL address. I'm not sure who I would be doxing because it's one of those moments where I'm not getting the helpful information, but let's light the alert vipers out onto the scene right now for that. Holy, right? Now I've got to run through a little list here, so I'm going to try to do it as if I, can read. We've got, where is it here? I start with, Ronnie Vankin, direct donation through, I think it was either Stream Elements or Coffee or something. I'm not sure there. But Ronnie! Hey, where's the hearts? There. Why does that take so long? It's 2024. I'm not asking much, right? We got Dennis in for a direct donation. Jeremy. We got Paul Gray. We got Thomas, Darius, Alan Kettle, RMC, Jana Lee. Hey, that actually right. You could make a song out of that. We got Elizabeth, Teresa, Hildegun. Oh, I like that one too. Hildegun, right? Boom, baby. Ian Smith. And then I've got a couple of others that go into other Bob McCarran. We got Nafo Kepi, Blank Fella. Oh yeah. We got AKUK, Ruthless KK's GG, Thomas Swindon. We've got an anonymous one, VHUID. I don't know how to pronounce that. So it feels like if I do, I'll probably fart instead of get my tongue around it. And nobody wants that. We've got, I think I'm getting close to done. There's some ones from that coffee place as well, but they're not coming in properly. I'm not getting the messages I'm trying, and it's literally showing me shit that came in like 4 days ago. So we'll try to keep up. We'll try to get this going on. I want to turn to Andrew Mikado here. Over the last few days, as it pertains to Ukraine news or, things within the community and stuff. Where are you? We were talking about morale and how to keep it up right now. through your sources and whatnot and who you're talking to, are you feeling the strain on morale that others are right now?
I mean, yeah, it's there. I mean, it's a different mindset for me though, because it's not a morale in terms of questioning victory. It's a morale of like, we need to support Ukraine more. Like,
Yes.
It's not a question of disbelief in the victory for Ukraine, because I'm like, yo, they need help out there. They need assistance. They need the aid. They need troops. They need stuff. They need things. It's like saying that and being honest about it isn't now. I'm wondering if Ukraine's going to win or not. Like, Ukraine's already proven that they're going, like they've proven time and time again. They've already proved us wrong. 3 days, right? How'd that go, for example? And then obviously just the last 10 years alone and fighting back against Russia when they occupied Crimea and Donbass. And it's just, they're going to fight. They're not going to give up no matter what people will say about Ukraine. Oh, I hope Ukraine makes a peace deal with Putin and shit. So they're not going to do it. Like, if you ever been to Ukraine or talked to Ukrainians, they're not going to give up no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So that means knowing that they're not going to quit, you either have two options. You're going to sit and watch the Ukrainian people die, right, and not do anything and help, or we're going to help and we're going to aid them in the ways that we have been for the past 2 years and remain consistent with that, if not more, because I'm actually in the camp we haven't been giving enough this whole time. I know we're in a whole misinformation battle about we've been giving Ukraine too much, and it's like, oh no, I've been consistent. We haven't been giving them enough from day one. We've been giving them trickle down weapon systems. Here you go. Here's a little batch of infantry fighting vehicles. Oh, here's literally 12 Abrams tanks or something, or like in the teens for stuff. And it's like, this is a full scale war. We haven't seen this since World War II. I know that at the level of warfare that's out there, if not more, because you got advanced shit like drones and FPV drones and futuristic stuff that adds to what World War. So it's like everything about World War II and World War I, also with modern warfare that we've had in like the Middle East and everything, but also with future warfare type stuff like drone weapons and drones and AI stuff and automated things. And it's where we're at now. So it's like a level of warfare that literally nobody's been through like this except for like Ukraine.
Dude, the whole I'm sure Commander McMillan will chime in on this as well, but this has changed the face of how things are done. It's completely different than every war documentary you've watched about previous conflicts. This is totally changed the face, hasn't it?
Yeah, and the other aspect too, like we mentioned, is the misinformation war with it too. Could you imagine?
Massive.
Could you imagine World War II in the information space we're in right now?
Oh, if the Nazis had fucking social media, dude, holy.
Help. That's what I'm glad that we got through that period without it.
Arguably they did. Look at how many Nazi parties there were all across the world in other countries. It was unsophisticated, it was crude and confused, but they understood. And that's one of the things is, I think authoritarian states innately understand that information warfare and manipulating public opinion is key to their success. Democracies don't think that way because we rely on everybody. You need to educate yourself. You need to be intelligent about it. And so you see a lot of authoritarian propaganda gets distilled down to these little nutshells, these kernels of slogans, make America great again, build the wall, that kind of crap. It resonates with simple minds that don't want to think. They just, oh, that's a good thing. I can seize onto that and remember it. And as somebody here was pointing out earlier, and I don't want to take away from the guy because I've heard Phil talk before, and I think he's incredible. But arguably, giving those long, complicated, full answers to questions in some ways undermines our side of the cause, because you get a lot of people who kind of drift off mid-discussion because they don't want to absorb big, complicated things like that. They want that simple, idiot kernel of build the wall.
Well, yeah, and I mean, look at information warfare, it didn't exist in the digital age, but it very much existed during World War II. It existed during World War One. It existed all back through history in just different formats.
Commander McMillan has this amazing way of saying, no, you think you know, I actually do. It always happens.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
I have some ideas, suggestions, maybe.
So I guess where I'm at with that then, I guess, is I'm not saying it didn't exist, but the level of scale that it's at now, and you have American companies, like American billionaires pushing it now, where it's like it's a different. I'm not saying it didn't exist, but
no, I'm not saying, I wasn't trying to make that a point. What I was saying was that authoritarian regimes inherently understand. Well, maybe not all of them. Some of them are run more efficiently, more ergonomically than others. Depends on how much corruption that particular authoritarian state has. But I mean, there are many that do survive for a long time before inevitably they end up with either a fall or a political transformation of one flavor or another, that really just come to learn, whether it's in a newspaper or a magazine or whispering into the ears of drunken guys at a pub or social media today.
You should never admit to doing that, dude. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right. I would never touch social media. I say
red underwear are so sexy.
But there are authoritarian regimes that just understand their strengths and, in terms of information warfare, the weaknesses of democracy. And unfortunately, you know, no one likes to say anything negative, but it's true. There's no perfect system. And if we don't have these safeguards up and we aren't finding some way to retaliate and not just fall into their plan, which is, oh, it's too predictable. Oh, these Western governments are so naive with how they run their systems and their people can be used against them. If we don't find a way to effectively combat that, then we will see global warfare.
Well, I'll tell you this. There was a freedom of information thing in the United States that just recently came to light. And it was some Nixon-esque or whatever politician from a few years back or whatever. Totally okay to clandestine disinformation go at the Chinese. And Merc, we don't hear you. Is your
no, you're fine. I'm not, so that way I don't.
Okay. I just making sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that kind of thing doesn't help when it comes to conspiracy theorists and stuff that can't lock in on what the truth is or not or whatever, right? And it really makes it even more difficult in the day of social media, where every single person, when there comes to a little drama fight, trust me, I bet this guy knows what I'm talking about because I've been in one too. People instantly choose one side or the other based on nothing more than their mood at the moment. Now, I'm not one to enforce my beliefs on people, right? Because, we don't do that around here. But, I'm just saying, weigh things out and make sure, right?
I don't know if you're being facetious. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Let me just throw this in here. So we're also living in society, whether it's U.S. or other places, that we're allowing our societies to be dumbed down. So we have lost the ability for critical thinking. People do not read anymore. They're spoon-fed in a microwave society. And that's the difference between the propaganda of World War II, specifically in World War I. It was not instantaneous. You had Goebbels there in Germany, who actually was a master. And the master of the propaganda was Hitler when it started actually in the 20s through his work early on. But now we're in an instant society, and unfortunately, especially younger, we don't read, and the ability to critically think, to actually look at a story and say, okay, that really can't be possible. Let me think about this versus just run with what I saw on TikTok or on Facebook or on some X, Twitter, whatever crap. Listen, use your brain. Think about it. and do your research and come to a logical conclusion, and the world will be a much better place. But critical thinking's gone.
Dude, even far gone.
Even if you just literally type in a story or whatever you're looking up or an event, and then you pick 5 or 6 sources, and even if you don't watch or read the other ones and just read them anyways and see what they're saying to compare and contrast, and then you get the truth in there. Like whenever a mainstream news, because mainstream media does break stories now and then, like when they get it first. So oftentimes I will like if it's a mainstream news breaking story and I don't have like Greg or somebody to like, hey, I don't
turn to them, right?
I don't need the mainstream news, but sometimes we do. And then I'll go, okay, I'm going to play at least 5 or 6 reports of the same exact thing from different news and play it. And then everyone in the chat or
gotta get balance, right?
You gotta get and then balance. You can figure out what the truth is within all of it because it's in there between all of them somehow.
And you know what you can see by the way Andrew Mercado approaches this thing that he's not somebody who would enforce his beliefs on others.
You know what I used to do early in the war, Andrew? It's really what you're saying there. And I, my channel was so small and nobody knew what I was doing and all of this. And now it's growing thanks to you and to Dick and to everybody else and Gertis and Johnny and Rick. And we're all, but the reality is early on, I would actually pull up articles, and it has nothing to do with left, right, or even American versus European. I would actually pull up a handful. Let's say if something big happened in the war, day 45, I would pull up 5 or 6 articles and show them on my stream and show how the articles actually told completely opposite stories, completely opposite. Depending on the viewpoint. It's not Russian media. It was European, American, and I'm sitting there going, okay, folks, how is everybody else going to figure it out when you guys are actually reporting the exact opposite?
Yeah.
And that's why you have to be able to critically think and to use and find good resources. And honestly, some of the best resources now is not mainstream media. It's the guys who are digging in, like Mercado Media, and who's trying to dig in below the surface a little bit, and he's looking for real sources. Yeah. That's why I love being on there on Tuesdays. We just talk about the front line. I mean, I was there, and it's important to do that because
it's the real story.
It's the real story, and to be honest, man, I'm just concerned by 40 and under crowd that we're just not thinking enough critically about these things. And I'm not calling out 40 and under crowd, okay, guys?
I feel it. We've grown up in a different age. That's me. I'm 30, right? So we grew up in an information age of now, like we grew up with social media. I was in high school. Facebook came out, in 07? So that's literally when I entered high school, like with Facebook as a brand new thing. So like my entire schooling as a child up from high school up has been social media, right? That's when it was invented. And then all the new shit that's come out, I've like grown up with it. So I can, because maybe like I grew up as a child and I played outside and I played sports. And
I'm still a child
all the time. Yeah, me too. But I wasn't on the internet all day when I was a kid. It wasn't until high school actually when I spent more time with social media because it was new. And again, like I've been here for it now, but I grew up in a different time, I guess, even though I'm only 30, but I spent a lot of time interacting with real people and trying to have real experiences, and people that were older than me were constantly around me. That's the other thing too that's important, is to have mentors and peers that are older than you and have life experience ahead of you, so that way you can like have a pathway, because sometimes it's hard to have a pathway, especially being my age or younger right now with the internet and how easily it is to be pulled one way or another without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting, guys, and I'll say this. I did a live Q&A tonight with Pavel Ivanovich. He's 93 years old. He was in Stalin's army. He grew up in Western Ukraine, and he was in his teenage years during World War II. And he told us stories tonight, and it's on my stream, but he told us stories about when World War II was happening and the German army came into Western Ukraine. And this is where it gets interesting. The German army came into Ukraine, and yes, they actually would like mark the cows So if Farmer Brown had 3 cows, they would actually go market as Farmer Brown's. Now they would ask the local people there, the Ukrainians, to cook them food and all that, and then whoever cooked it had to taste it before, so they would know they're not getting poisoned. That's World War II, and I know there was a lot of atrocities done and all of that. But when you hear somebody talk about that history, and we asked him, he said, okay, well, what was it like when the Russian soldiers came in? He goes, well, they're the ones that raped and killed us. It wasn't the Germans where we were. It was the Russians that came in and started exterminating us. And it gives just a different perspective for you to begin to think about. And that would have been the Lviv Oblast of Ukraine in World War II. So it's when you start, just like you said, Andrew, you start trying to glean from those who were there, or you read about it. I saw that comment in your chat there, Andrew, as well. I'm watching both chats where it says, yeah, reading and learning and educating yourself. And then you can really critically think and make right conclusions about what's happening in our world and how we can make it better.
Absolutely. Media literacy is huge. I feel like that should be a mandatory class now in like high school or schooling in public schools.
We can't have that because then nobody'd vote for the MAGAs. Come on.
The extremes would be absolutely in shambles. That's for sure. Definitely. It'd be harder to pull people extreme one way or another. That's for sure.
Yeah. I've got somebody who sent me an email in the background here. And I know that the name I have on the email does not match the person in the live chat. So I'm going to try to dance around this, but they have shit swack of medical supplies in the UK, but trying to get them to the Ukraine is not working out. It's Arachnid Incorporated there in the chat. There we go. Okay. And we can facilitate this, no problem. I remember this email from before, but I was going through one of my really heavy anxiety moments at the time, and I wasn't able to, put it together in my head and get it done. But we can do this. So we've got somebody with a shit ton of medical supplies trying to get to Ukraine from the UK. So all the fellow babies in the chat right now, listen up and listen good. We need a way of getting supplies from the UK to Ukraine without it costing anybody in the Ukraine any money to get these supplies. So speak up now and be counted. Help us out. Let's get this happening. I'm sure we can make it work. Right? We could probably put these supplies in the hands of somebody from NAFO 69 and get them over there instantly, right? Merc, does that sound about right, Andrew?
Yeah, they can probably figure it out. They have a whole other system though. Like they have paperwork, and I mean, Greg knows how it goes getting equipment, and you got to have everything approved. I wish it was just as easy as here you go, Ukraine, here's some stuff, but you got
but hold on. Maybe we can make it easier because we have Greg here and stuff, right?
There you go.
Andrew, listen, guys, Andrew's telling you the truth. It's I wish it was just like he says, as easy. And this is a part of the corruption war that Ukraine is fighting. Commander McMillan said there's multiple war fronts. Well, there's 4 or 5 war fronts, to be honest. So we really have to work on that. I wish it was easy.
Yeah, but we have Jana from Project Constantine right here. And when we're talking about medical supplies, I do believe that there's somebody who would be an amazing recipient. So this has got to be doable, right? We have the community. We have the reach. Let's make it happen. Get a hold of me in Discord. There's also the Silly Shill Show.
What is it?
gmail.com. You can email me, right?
Is it medical supplies, Dick, or is it?
Yeah. And dude says like a ton. And when you say that kind of thing, you're talking about more than a truckload, right? You know what I mean?
Would they be able to get them to Poland, Warsaw?
Well, we could figure it out for
yeah.
sure, right?
Yeah, my first thought was getting stuff to Poland, but
then we could pick it from there, and it'd be no problem. We bring it in with us,
right?
But
We've also got one of the moderators on the Shills, BME, in the live chat. There is in touch with somebody who could help us get some of the UK surplus army vehicles over to Ukraine. The problem is are they road legal, or do we have to trailer them? Right? That was the only thing I could think of, because I know a lot about automobiles, and right?
With the UK specifically and private initiatives, I mean, even to a certain, government initiatives, even to a certain extent. I know that there is a way to do it, but to make it cost effective and quicker, ever since Brexit, I guess my first instinct would be to look at whatever proxy trade nations the UK still has quick and relatively easy trade deals with that are naval in nature, and then assess those countries' relationships with a place like Poland.
Absolutely. So, like, this is it. This is the truth. So that's what Greg said about some of the things that need to change still. Because if you know a person that knows a person, you can get it done. But that's the hard part about it, right? If you have a fixer, somebody that can work with the Ukrainian government, that knows somebody, you can get it done, But that's one thing I'm glad that the NAFO 69th Brigade is, because they've been doing it for 2 straight years. They have the connections built, and like it's too easy to get that thing in there. So if you can get it to Poland or Estonia, if you can get it to Talon, we can get with us from the beginning.
Can I jump in here, Andrew? The Arachnid Incorporated in the chat says, and I quote, 6,000 pounds worth of medical supplies.
Woo! Yeah,
listen, we
have to make this happen, people. Let's do this.
Oh, yeah. We can work together to make it happen. Just be aware, guys. Andrew's been here multiple times. Jana can speak to this. I just brought in $80,000 worth of medical gear, tons and tons, and we had to count every individual piece, and our organization had to account for every stinking piece. And when we gave it all out, everything had to be documented down to the letter that what we brought in is exactly what we gave out. So it's way deeper than just getting it across the border. This is not easy.
They've increased it, because when we first went in July of last year, it was not much, but by December time, every driver of every truck had to get out and provide paperwork to the border now, and it was like, holy, this has changed a bunch. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but if we can get that stuff to like Poland or whatever.
I do want to emphasize now, this is how easy it is for all of us to do fundraising. Yet look what these mofos have to dance through to make it happen, right?
Luckily not me. Halina and our lawyer deals with that. I just have to make sure the money comes in. I just have to make sure the money comes in and the donations comes in, and then Halina and the lawyer deal with
happens. Magic.
Yeah.
We have an NGO here, and we're completely partnered for years and years and years with our NGO in the US, and we have a full-time lawyer basically that works for us every day here in Ukraine making this happen. And I know, listen guys, we tell you the truth, and you say, well, why is it like that? It's because so many people in the military were doing this and stealing the crap.
Yeah.
And then I'm just telling, if you want the truth, I'll give it to you. Stealing the crap and then selling it to the military at inflated prices and becoming millionaires.
Military. Yes.
The amount of millionaires inside of Ukraine went up 16% last year during a war. These are facts.
That tastes like how they say sick,
Yeah.
We're telling you guys the truth. Listen, I would love to go right across the border right now, go right to UK, meet this gentleman, load up a train car full of that aid, and bring it right here. I would love it. And is it possible? Yes. Is it a process? Absolutely. So we're buying these new vehicles, and like Andrew knows with NAFO. Okay, so we're raising the money. I believe we're going to raise the 200K in 30 days, all of us working together, no problem. But we're already in the process. It takes weeks and weeks and lawyers and documentations and exports and imports, all of this. You just don't get in a vehicle and drive it across the border.
It's so intense. Like you have a packet, right? And you have to have all your documents, and then because it's and I'm glad that it's going to improve when Ukraine gets a part of the EU and whatnot. But like right now, it's the biggest pain in the ass. Like you get through, you have to have this little piece of paper, then you got to hold this little piece of paper that like 3 people stamp, and you can't lose it. And then you park your vehicle. You park your vehicle for like 2 hours, 3 hours to 5 hours, and then you wait for a window to open to go talk to someone to then give the paperwork to them, and then they sit there slowly reading it like you're missing something, and it's like, oh God, you gotta go to the Ragnar or whoever, like I'm missing this, and they gotta pull it out of their admin folder and give it to you to give to that. Oh dude, it's literally the worst.
Okay,
this can go from an hour to 5 hours, like you don't know.
We had a good shout from Leathercat in the chat, Alex Kanash, and he has been a guest on this show before, and somebody I have to get in contact with again. Contact Alex. He could seriously help with this whole cross-border thing, and you know what? He is somebody who has done this before. That's beautiful. A good shout.
There you go. He's part of the he's part of the actual NGO anyways too, so yeah,
together we can make it happen, guys. We're doing some cash projects that people have donated, different things that we have to actually buy with cash and not through our NGO here. So I had our organization go. It was the easiest way to do it, and the cheapest was I had our organization go, and we do all the accounting for this. You guys see everything that we do. If you're here in my channel, you know everything. We show everything, but I said, okay, I need $5,000 so that my office went to MoneyGram, and I said, just MoneyGram it here. I'll go to the bank and grab it. So I did, and I went to the bank I always work with, and this was just a couple of days ago before beginning this run. And I walked in, and the bank director, I'm friends with him, and I said, okay, I'm here to get 5,000 out, and he goes, okay. And I had my passport, and I had the MoneyGram code, and he sat down. He goes, Greg, we got a problem. I said, and his name's Igor. I said, Igor, what are you talking about? We have a problem. He goes, well, you've now been here so long inside the country that we can't give you the money until you do one document. I said, Igor, first of all, it's our organization's money. B, it's American dollars sent to my name with my code via MoneyGram, and there's my passport. We're done. He goes, I know, Greg, that's normal, but now you've been here for X amount of days and the system sees it, so now we need to document where you're staying. I said, dude, I go to Karachi, Pakistan, and pull money out of MoneyGram. He goes, I know, Greg, you've been here almost 90 days. You have to go validate this. So guys, listen to me. I had to, and I was never going to tell this, but you guys need to understand how complex this is. I literally had to take the apartment where I live, go to the building, get a notarized document from a lawyer, and 2 of the neighbors had to sign it with their passport number saying, yes, Greg lives in this apartment. Then I had to take it back to the bank, and he says, great, now we can do it. And he goes, I'm sorry, it's not our bank, it's not us, it's our government system fighting corruption.
Wow.
Reality, guys. Reality.
It does make sense.
Things are changing. Yeah, it's a positive. It's a net positive at the end, but right now, so that's what it is. It's the nuance of it. It's a net positive in the end, but like obviously, like when we're trying to get things fast, fast, and in a hurry to Ukraine, it's in the process of the positive change. It's it can obviously sometimes create a little bit of like this sucks right now. We're trying to get this stuff to Ukraine, but it will be a net positive at the end because Ukraine will be a part of our allied organizations and whatnot. So it's too easy.
It's birth pains.
Yeah. That's exactly what to put it. Birthing pains.
Just be thankful that you're not in one of those countries where the bakshish is a standard part of doing that. No, I'm serious. I lived in countries like Egypt and India where it was automatically assumed that a certain amount of bribery was going to take place because they didn't pay the officials a living wage. That's how they survived.
Correct.
So, and it's just
birth pains. It's birth pains.
Anyway, guys, I'm sorry, I do have to leave. So thanks for having me, and I'll talk to you guys next week.
Take care, Commander.
Thank you, Commander.
Bye.
It might be a good time too, Dick. Thanks for having me on. I'm gonna be on my own stream for a bit, and chat with my community.
we're just coming up on 3 hours here.
Holy cow!
Time,
there you go.
It's time to end as it is, right?
Let me say good night as well.
Yeah,
it's 1:08 a.m.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, get some sleep.
Yeah,
we got real early in the morning.
So, Greg, you get your good nights are first. Take it away.
I want to thank everybody for being here. You know, actually, this was wonderful. We've had Pete in here, and then Andrew joined, and all the normal cast here with the Shills and Dickie Dawson. We had Rick the Ukrainian in here. We've got Jana from Project Constantine, Commander McMillan. We've got Tridents Against Tyrants, and oh crap, my brain. The guy that's doing sitting at the desk talking with the funny accent.
That Canadian guy. That weird. Yeah.
Anyway, I want to thank you guys. Because to be quite honest, over the last 3 hours, that's pretty daggone good. And a lot of good things have happened. And we thank all of you. And Slava Ukraine, we'll get some sleep. Tomorrow morning, we'll be rolling some aid, and we'll be showing it to you. Andrew, I'll see you on Tuesday. Look forward to it. And yep, love all you guys. Thank you. I just love this stuff. So thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Let's go to Secular Sakai here next. What do you think, buddy?
This was a good stream. A lot of great people here. Very deep and interesting conversation half the time, and then we've got underwear on our heads the other half. Which is the way I like it.
It's a shill stream. What are you gonna do, right?
Exactly. So thank you, everybody. And I did notice that Project Constantine went up by, I think, 20 subscribers or so. At 120 away from reaching 1,000. So if you haven't already, if you're just tuning in at the end, go subscribe to their channel. I'm almost at 600, so if you want to, check out Tridents Against Tyrants as well. And we will be back again next week.
Yeah, we should be shouting out Tridents Against Tyrants. He's only one of the hosts of this show, for the love of God, right? So get over there. I mean, his voice is one of those things that just make you want to, sit in a dark corner and buffer for a few minutes, right? So come on, right? And now let's bring it around because Andrew, it's been too long. We haven't spoken, and we've got to do more of this. So send it over to all the mercenaries as we take it out here.
Well, thank you, Dick. Thank you for having me on as a guest. We do need to have the conversations more often. That's why I'm actually starting my stream a little earlier so I can do this and have Greg on every Tuesday so he can still get a good night's sleep after, because those 3 a.m. start times is tough in Ukraine, because I know from experience trying to do my own stream at my own normal time, and it sucks. Yeah, so that's horrible. But I'm glad that I'm starting earlier now, so we can do more stuff like this, and I can just chill with you guys. And it honestly helps me because now I can go into my own stream, I'm ready to go now and have a good one. So I appreciate the space.
Oh, dude, you always have a seat at the table around here, brother. Always.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I'm Mercado Media on YouTube. I'm going to be live here for the remainder of the night for a while, and maybe if you guys want to come check it out, I'll be there.
Yes, so we'll be sending everybody over to Mercado's live stream as soon as we're done here. Our mods are so fast that they will have it sorted long before I even stop talking about it, right? So let's head it over to Jana from Project Constantine, because, we're trying to do our best to make sure that your group can do what they can do. Your lights are on. You're in South Africa, so that's the thing, right?
So just thanks for having us on, as always. We really appreciate the support. And then just to everyone who leaves comments on our videos and posts and everything. Halina and I, we screenshot those and we send it to Pete. And we can really see, so we don't bombard him with every single one.
No, but it
what
means
we do
so
is,
much. It does. He
so,
loves
yeah,
it.
so we'll do like a daily or like every 2 days. I'll do like a screenshot of Twitter and YouTube, and then Helena will do Instagram and Facebook. And then we send him that. And it really helps. You can see, we'll get voice notes. He'd be like, wow, that's amazing. So that really helps as well, to keep his morale up and to keep, to let him know that he's got that support as well. So, and it also, like, it's nice for us to read as well. So, yeah, thank you for that. And, and also, I know you guys, I see your comments when you guys donate and you're like, hey, sorry, I only had $3 to donate. Just remember, I'm from South Africa, okay? Our currency is worse than Canadian dollars, okay? So when you guys are like, I'm sorry, I have so little, I'm like, hey, that's a lot of money, okay?
Yeah.
And also remember, like, Helena is Ukrainian. Their currency is also not so great at the moment. So for us, like, we look at it from that kind of perspective, and we're like, hey, every single little bit helps, you know?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's literally the difference. Paying for something is literally the difference between like $1 makes that difference, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Jana has become the de facto go-to streamer for Project Constantine because Pete's not always available. So, fellow babies, I was thinking, why don't we get it together next week and make sure Jana has one of these really cool mics and stuff like we did for Rick, right? Come on, we can do this, right? It's like 400 US. I mean, we've put thousands in the pot already. Let's make it happen. Let's.
Are you serious?
Yeah, let's hear the pretty girl really sound nice, right? Come on, y'all want that, right? Come on. You're feeling it too. Let's do this. So we'll do this next week, and we'll get you. We won't get you the interface one that's all confusing. We'll get you the USB one, so it's just very simple, and you can Yeah. See, everybody in the chat already agrees with me because I'm smart like that. I know these things,
We'll get you a mic that lets you sound as sultry and soft-spoken as me and Dick.
And you know what? I think afterwards we're going to have to get Mercado one of these because, dude, it's just the way to go.
the professional audio switcher.
Yeah. It's the thing I do, right? So let me get a few shout outs in here done at the end. I am still suffering with a little bit of a breakdown on the email service and everything, right? So we've got Kathy thrown into the super chat or the direct donation fund. Can you get it to Pete or the thermal? It's going directly to Project Constantine for the drone with the thermal imaging. Absolutely. We've got from Cats another super
420 in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, come on, let's layer them in right now as I'm shouting them out. Come on, we can do this, right? We've got for Pete's drone, it's Greg's friend. We've also got we've got Nicola, we've got Ian Smith, we've got I have to switch over to this panel now. We've got oh my god, I'm way behind now. Holy shit. Seriously? Okay, we've got Lou in with a super chat here. We've got Paul Gray in with a super chat. We've got Elaine Crossland in with a super chat. We got Karen L in with a super chat. Nancy Fielding in with a Shills join. We've also got Leslie in with a Shills join. We've got Miriam in with a super chat. Let me heart these because otherwise I feel like I'm failing or something. We've got Ronell with the super chat. We've got Leslie in with gifting out 5. Shills memberships. We've got Merk in again with a super chat. Lord Thunder and Jesus. Our own panel members are in on it. We've got Merk says, hey, Dick. Oh, yeah. Okay, right. See how far behind I am?
That was like before I joined. That was
yeah. We've got War Russia Ukraine in with a Euro super chat. Arachnid Incorporated in the live chat is the one that we're working out for, like, the tons of, and literally it is tons of medical supplies. You're going to see that go to work right here through us. I guarantee it. We've got 56 Nick Rich in. We've got Analytics Group. Analytics Group is gifting out Shills memberships. Leslie Boschel. Arachnid needs help. We're on it. Arachnid in again. I did have paperwork, but the medic friend sadly passed away. We've got it covered. No worry. We've got Susan in for Jana's new mic. Jana, I'm telling you, we're going to have this sorted out faster than you can say, what the fuck just happened? Right? No, we've also got some donations and super chats in through the other services, and the emails is just fucking up on me. So why don't we do it this way? Just give me a second here. I can actually do this. Trust me. I'm not as think as you drunk I am. Here we go. And let me just here we go. Come on, we can do this. Here, let me get this logged in. We've done really well tonight, fellow babies. So come on, load the fucking webpage. There we go. We have $1,270 to send over to Project Constantine so far. Yeah. And that's in direct donations. That's not super chats. We also have another $600 in super chats. So we're literally about almost halfway to the drone. So next week, you know those guys that Starsky was live with last week, the Eric channel, whatever they're called? We have Sergey and whatnot joining us next week, right? But next week's fundraiser will still be for Project Constantine. So you'll see Jana on the show next week as well. And we are going to finish this off. We're going to get them the drone and whatnot. And they still have like $800 in the bank in our Super Chat fund coming to them as well. So not bad, fellow babies. Let's feel that love. Let's feel it. Come on. Give me some hearts in the chat, fellow babies. Give me some hearts in the chat, right? That was good stuff. So remember, it doesn't matter where you live or who you are. You've got to be getting on your local, regional, and national politicians to make sure that they are funding support to Ukraine. As much as we can do collectively, if we get our governments involved the way they should be, we can seriously arm these folks and make sure those Russian fucking orcs are kicked to the curb like the sorry ass sons of bitches they are. And Putler, fuck you.
Hey, also we have some breaking news for the Project Constantine YouTube channel. They have just passed 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah!
Hey.
Thank you.
Just passed 1,000.
That's awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Fellow babies are strong tonight. Love you guys. So why don't we all say good night, everybody, and get the fuck out of here. Good night.
Go to Merck's stream.
Absolutely.
Yes. Go over to Andrew Mercado's stream, because if you don't, we will hunt you down and we will find you.
Thanks, guys, for having me on. Have a good night.
Love you, buddy.
Later, man.
Let's get out of here.
Bye, guys.
It's over. Go home. Go.